Yo, yo. Make sure my voice is good and the volume for the music is good too, as well. You guys know I'm old, so help me out a little bit. Make sure my voice volume is good compared to the music. I'm gonna turn that shit down probably a little bit more like that. There we go. People, what is going on? What is up? Happy Tuesday and happy April Fools. I was gonna play y'all asses too. I was gonna drop a video today, which I'm probably now let me shut up. I'm just gonna make it a surprise because it won't be an April Fool's joke if it wasn't, right? But you know what's funny? That's the beautiful thing about talking during a live stream, right? About maybe 5%, maybe 10% of your audience watches your live stream. The rest, they're not gonna know what the fuck we're talking about here. So I could just say it during here. What I was gonna do is make a video strictly for April Fools, basically talking about all the games and shit, which I basically stole from one of my Discord moderators. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video serious as fuck. So I gotta put on my acting chops for this. Juan, what's going on, Juan? Greenskin, what's going on, bro? He said, sup, Jay, working on my penny piece. Still working on it, nice. Your background actually looked pretty good though. While you work on Luna, I finished the background sketches and plopped it in the core. Yeah, I'm drawing Penny herself. Yeah, bro, that background layout is perfect so far when it comes to the perspective. That looks like a lot of work for me. Let me just be honest with you. That's not even something I would do. But I applaud you for doing it, bro. Magic, what's going on? Juan put the Joker card. Yeah, I got a joke, man. I gotta have fun. It's April Fools. Why not? But I do got a video coming out regardless of the April Fool's thing or not. So like that's gonna just be some, you know, just for fun. But then like I got another video coming out too, because like there's been a lot of people who've been talking about this AI art shit too. So I gotta chime in on that because I chimed in on this 2 years ago. Most of these topics that are recurring, bro, like it's literally been shit I've been talking about 2 years ago. Like it's like it's ridiculous. Now we get into this new age shit because the Studio Ghibli thing is going on. So people asking me about my opinion on that. I'm like, there is no opinion on that for me. Like if I do have an opinion, you guys will see it in the, you know, you'll see it in the video form. I think people blowing this shit out of proportion though, like they always do. Pizza, what's going on, bro? Dropbox definitely made me get used to perspective. Dropbox is, wow, okay. You took a course. It's a course that will give anyone to understand 3D space, but it's Dark Souls levels hard. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing it. I'm not. I hate listen, most of you guys don't understand. What I do is I eyeball shit. I don't use lines. I don't use certain techniques when it comes to getting measurements right and shit. No. What I do is listen, my ass draw how I cook. Literally, it's all instinct. Maybe at first it was, but I'm too lazy to do a formula. You know what I mean? Like to do like crosshairs, line works and stuff like that. No, I just literally eyeball it. Like if it looks correct to me, then I'm like, yeah, that's the way I'll go. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying? Like certain people's minds work differently. My mind works completely against that type of way of doing things. That's exactly how I cook too. Like I cook basically not by the recipe. There is no measurements on how many, you know, how much teaspoons I put inside of something. No, it's all instinct. This is what I feel is enough. That's what I do. You said you currently updating my crosshairs and Marvel Rivals. You know, I didn't even know you can do that until probably 2 days ago. Then as soon as I did that shit, right, I started playing Star-Lord. I was demolishing people with Star-Lord. Like as soon as I switched those crosshairs, that circle bullshit, bro, my Star-Lord like is probably up there with my Sue Storm. He's probably like my second main now. I've been wrecking people with this guy. I don't know what it is. Kevin, what's going on, man? He said, oh yeah, like you're saying the same old song with Ghibli. Somewhat, I get it, but losing sleep when I first heard of it. No, nobody's losing sleep over that, man. Because like, see, to tell you the truth, most people are lying about it anyway. I've been hearing this shit, bro, since I started my art career. Most of you guys don't know how old I am, but I started this art shit before this shit that I'm doing right now even existed. These drawing tablets and stuff didn't exist at all back when I started. I'm talking about professionally too. So we saw the shift like from 2D art, you know, like traditional on paper 2D art to the digital space. You think they wasn't having those same conversations? They was literally having these same conversations back then when they was like, yo, listen, bro, like the, the industry is changing. They getting rid of paper and 2D art, man. Like now we got to learn computers and shit like that. Bro, all the old heads did not want to transition to do what I'm doing right now, but I did. Because I already knew if you don't get with the times, you get left behind. That's how it goes. And plus all the studios were taking on this because guess what this does for you? This cuts down the time. And that's all companies and businesses want. Cut time to get product out. More time means more money. That's what they see. Like, and if you don't understand that, then you're going to get left behind. Simple as that. So all these people bitching about like this AI art phase, sorry, that's the way of the world. You're never going to change it. You're not going to change that shit whatsoever. You either get with it or you get left behind. Noob Tech Guy, what's going on, bro? He said like, bro, I love drawing. Like I want to get into this. What is a good beginner tablet for drawing? Okay, this is what I basically tell everybody. Get you an iPad with Procreate. You won't be disappointed. This is the cheapest route that you could possibly go to get into a digital art career, like, or anything, like when it just comes to being fun, right? You won't need anything else. You're talking to a person that had the whole Adobe suite, which is expensive as fuck. Like, I had a Cintiq, which was a $3,000 machine. Let me show you what a Cintiq is, bro. Don't ever make the same mistake I did. Do not make this. Listen. Let me tell you what my dumb ass did, but that's because I didn't know. Without knowledge, you don't know, right? So this is what I bought me back in the day, right? Cintiq 27 Touch. Yeah. This right here, a $3,000 machine. You see how much this shit is? This bitch is $3,000. Not only that, but you need a computer to work it. So you're basically tacking on another $1,000. Like if you want it to function properly, right? So in total, my ass spent close to $5,000 on this whole setup back in the day when I first started digital art, right? When, to come to find out, the iPads that cost only $900, close to $800, you buy Procreate for $20 and you're all set. Done deal. So guess what? My ass sold this shit. I sold it on eBay. The moment I knew I could get an iPad and basically get Procreate and do the same shit that I've been doing on that Cintiq for $5,000. Are you kidding me? I spent less than $1,000. So do what I do now. Don't ever go this route. You don't need it. Save money. Zeno, what's going on, bro? Yeah, Star-Lord is vicious, especially because he got that dodge move that actually basically is like a Dark Souls roll. Because you have invincibility frames in it too, so you get to time shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably what's actually sticking with me. Crown Screws, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, adapt or die. It is what it is. So you know I fell for your Discord thing, right? My ass got rickrolled. Man, I got Rickrolled hard, for real. I clicked on that shit. I was like, uh-oh, what is this? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna go away and hurt you. My ass ended up listening to the whole song, too. I love that fucking song. But I got Rickrolled. I did. And I think this is my third time today, because I'm gullible as fuck when it comes to, you know. Zeno, what's going on, bro? He said, yes, I can relate to that, like in the sense that there was a time where old heads in music production, oh yeah, you know, I know where this is, used to think that making electronic music on a computer wasn't real music. Absolutely. And you know how I know this? My father was a DJ back in the day too. So yeah, they all had that same, listen, we all dealt with apocalypse type shit when it comes to the art industry. This stuff is the same song and dance over and over again. That's why I'm not worried about this bullshit, man. I'm like, y'all people talking about, you're like, this AI gonna take your job. No, it's not gonna take my job. It's impossible to take my job because I'm outside the system. Now, if you're a person that's on the lines, let's put it like this. Like if you work at a factory, right? And if you just throwing shit on a conveyor belt, like as a human being, guess what? They can easily make a robot to do the same shit you do and toss shit on the conveyor belt just like you did. You're not doing anything unique, so you can be replaced. If you're doing something that you cannot be replaced in, then you don't got to worry about it. Period. I know how this sounds, man. Trust me. Like, it's like, damn, Jay, like, you got no sympathy and shit. Nah, trust me, bro. This is how the world works. You either can cry about it in the corner or you can get over it and succeed. But I don't, bro, crying is a waste of time. Save money, don't smoke it either. Absolutely. You gonna remix my version? My voice sucks, especially now, man. I think I got something. I think I got a little bit of a bug, but it's not too much though. You know, it's like at the beginning phase, but I can kind of tell I got something because my voice is deeper than normal, and I don't like that shit. I don't like how it feels. It feels like, you know, like I'm talking underwater. I hate that. You say, have I tried Berserker? The first, yes. Game is amazing, but I will stream it on Thursday. You said that song is my victory dance on Fortnite whenever I play. That's funny as hell. Facts. That song is fire as hell, man. For real, like that song will never go out of style for me. You can rickroll me all you want. You just made me just replay that song over and over again, like I wanted to do in the, you know, to begin with. Never gonna give you up. Let me stop before Zeno actually dubbed my voice. Oh man. Robots are gonna rebel against humanity. That's why you don't give them shit to rebel to. It's as simple as this. All these dumbass movies like iRobot and shit don't realize that if you create something that has the ability to think for itself, we are the problem. Like if humans don't see that shit, they're narcissistic. We are literally the fucking problem. We're self-destructive. Why would something that operates outside of humanity wouldn't see us as a fucking issue? You know what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't make any sense. So why would you create something that has the ability to think for itself and judge us? We are the fucking issue. We've always been the issue. My ego is not through the roof, man, to where I'd be like, yeah, robots gonna respect us. No, why the fuck would they? Why would they? Fucking stupid people, bro. I'm only gonna do probably 3 sections on this drum, but that's enough because I like to do the skin rendering on stream, because I know you guys kind of like that too. I think the skin rendering is the most important part anyway. So there's that. The Animatrix is fire. What's the Animatrix? What is that? That's a movie? Oh shit. I gotta watch this. You know what, bro? I had somebody tell me about this a long time ago, and I never fucking... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So this is basically like the first Black Mirror. Just about, but it's like animated. Man, I've been living under a rock, bro. That's the reason why. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this shit out. Matter of fact, I think if I can, I probably can find it on Amazon. 100% I can. 100% I can. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Robots gonna steal your girl? No, I think it's gonna be the opposite. I think robots gonna steal the men. Like, it ain't gonna be your girl that's getting stole. Men are already indulging in that shit right now. Y'all seeing men getting married to robots and shit, right? So that shit is real. I don't think females long for companionship like that too much to want to indulge in that industry. Like, let's say if they can buy a doll, right? That's like JoJo from fucking, you know, like, would she do it? Would she do it? 9 times out of 10, I don't think she would. But I think if you gave a man a choice to buy his favorite waifu, right? Like, and she can come to life and talk and walk and shit like that, a guy will 100%, probably like 7 times out of 10, do it. But with girls, it's probably not going to happen. They don't long for that type of stuff like that. They need that emotional connection. Men really don't need that emotional connection. We don't need that. Not saying that I will indulge in it at all, because I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too old for that shit. But I'm saying in general too. You know what I'm saying? But I can definitely see, compared to men and women, who would do it more than the other. 100% is going to be men. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it though. I'm gonna watch Animatrix. Detroit Become Human in real life. That shit is not far from reality, bro. Like 100%. Also, it's literally like Love, Death, and Robots, where it's not just cartoons. It's like different media of animation. It's like 3D animation, regular animation, and some type of abstract version of animation. That's kind of cool. I definitely want to check that out now. I will say, yeah, that's blue too. Similar behavior in the States to e-girls. That's true. And you know what? Who does that mainly? Let's just keep it real with us, man. These Asian women would definitely do it. You can hire a boyfriend in Korea. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Because you know what? Like, sex over there is looked at differently than it is over here in the West. When it comes to sexuality and stuff like that, they're more open about it. When it comes to, the type of needs of loneliness, or, you know what I'm saying, like curing loneliness and stuff like that. Like there's actual businesses for loneliness out there. When it comes to America, there's no business for loneliness. There's just business for debauchery. If that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? We don't tackle, they tackle the emotion like of loneliness more than we do over here. You know what I mean? Like we just have the sex act. Like there's a lot of sex stuff that you could get in America, but over there in Japan, there's a lot of loneliness business models that they have, to where you get to hire somebody to listen to you during the conversation. You get to hire a cuddle partner. You get to hire something that doesn't have to deal with sex, but it basically tackles the loneliness aspect over there. That's what makes it different. We don't got none of that shit over here. We don't got no cuddle date or something. Nah, you either fucking or you're not. Period. What do you think of the idea of Pro-Z? Not sound like that. So you said, what do you think of the idea of voice acting where voice actors must match their character, race, or ethnicity? No, because it hasn't been done at all. That would be contradictory of me to even say that would be an issue. No, there's plenty of people who can play black characters who's not black, and there's plenty of people who can play white characters who's not white. The same with Asian, the same with you know, hell. Well, no. Okay, that'll be contradictory too. Let me put it like this. Why would people, do you have to be Pikachu? Do you have to be a fucking rabbit? What is Pikachu? Like, is Pikachu a mouse? Yeah. Do you have to be a mouse in order to play Pikachu? To voice Pikachu? Do you have to be a lion to voice Symbol? No, you don't. You don't have to be, you don't have to be anything to voice anything. You just have to be talented in voicing. A voice is a voice. But when you're trying to take on the likeness of somebody, when it comes to how you look, that's a different story. That's when I'll be like, oh, okay, you don't look like that, but you speak like that, right? Yeah, Pikachu's a fucking mouse. Facts, absolutely. You said, yeah, you're gonna be honest, it's probably best that way. Hiring a professional girlfriend because of the loneliness epidemic is a dystopian. Yeah, true. That leads to a lot of worse things, but to tell you the truth, well, yeah, no, there is no right or wrong answer to that. Because to tell you the truth, that's probably helping them. That shit wouldn't help me because, you know, I don't think that there's ever been a time in my life where I was lonely, like ever. Like, I don't even know how that would even feel, which is kind of a weird thing. I'm just being honest though, bro. Like, so I never felt that at all. Like, so I don't quite get it, but I talk to people for a living though. You know what I'm saying? Who actually go through this type of stuff. So I know it's real, but I just haven't felt it myself. Like, I never, you know, matter of fact, mine's been trying to get rid of people. Mine's been trying to get rid of people around me, bro. I'm like, y'all bugging me too much. I don't know. That's probably that introvert side of me though. But I am an extrovert too as well. Like when I get around people, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually lively and shit, but I got that part of me, you know, like a social meter that kicks off like, and it starts getting very low. Then it's like, get the fuck away from me. It don't matter who it is. Yeah, that's a retarded idea for real. Transcendent said, like, you're right, Jay, about America right now, but the West becomes more and more like the East. True. Soon our educational systems will resemble Japan's, Korea's, and China's. It's not sustainable over here in order to stay competitive. To tell you the truth, I think that we over here, we're too egotistical and narcissistic to adopt anything that they're doing over there. We don't even think that we have to compete whatsoever. We actually think that it's wrong. You would never get somebody here over in America to adopt that system. Period. Because if they're committing suicide over there, when it comes to that type of shit over there, just imagine we do not bend the knee. We are so free over here in America that it's actually to our detriment. We don't follow rules anymore. We're not no, we're not structured people over here. Let's just put it like that. We have too much freedom. What's the fan art? What is up? Yeah, I love solitude though, for real. I do. Yeah, I just don't feel loneliness, man, for real. Like, you know, I just don't do it. But I am going to get real because, you know, like, since I'm bringing it up, this only time, like, well, you guys know how I am too, man. Like, you know, when it comes to my mind, I'm just going to bring it up. The only time when I felt some type of quote unquote loneliness, like, is when my mother passed. That was it. But it took for her. But to tell you the truth, like, I can't even consider that loneliness because I didn't feel it lonely at all. Like, it was just the thought process of going through loss. That's all it was. But I don't get this feeling where it's like, oh my God, like, I want to be around somebody so bad. No, that never happens with me. Don't know why, man, but it just never happens. And I'm not even saying that's a good thing. That could be a bad thing. I don't know. I'm just being honest with y'all, you know. Can I trouble you to look at a whip I posted in the art channel along with a question? Yes. Let me see. Let me look it up right quick. You said it's in the art channel? Man, if you don't get this book, Discord be acting stupid. God. Oh my God. Because you're doing your forger, right? I see it. What's the question? It looks good so far. We have an instant gratification culture here in America. In my opinion, that's our biggest problem. Facts. And social media killed it too as well. That heightened that thought process. The social media is all about instant gratification. We're the biggest social media users. Yeah, that's dealing with loss, not loneliness. That's correct. Absolutely. That's all I felt. So that's all I can compare it to though. So, you know, but I do talk to people every day because you guys know that I'm a therapist too. Like, so I talk to people, you know, like constantly too. So I do know that type of shit exists, but I just never felt it myself. But you know, I felt lost, but not loneliness. That's a good way of putting it, Transcender. He said, but if I catch any of my homies hiring a girlfriend, I'm beating their ass. The shit is embarrassing. Nah, facts. You pull them to the side and be like, yo, bro, can I help you somehow? Let me help you out, homie, for real. We're not going to do this. That's more what I would do. Which I've done that shit before too in the past. Because like I seen certain boys that I had back in the day, they would you know, settle for certain things. And I'd be like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm talking about behaviors. I'm talking about looks. I'm talking about a couple other things too, though, because, you know, guys will settle for certain things strictly because they don't want to be lonely. That's also a problem. Because you end up getting something you don't like, and then y'all going to be, you know, and then your perspective is going to be fucked up, and then you're gonna be a woman hating guy because you got something that you didn't like, Now all of a sudden you hate women. But it's like, no, you need to have self-esteem in yourself and understand where you're at in the marketplace. You know what you can get and what you can't. You have to be happy what you can get and what you can't get. Once you do that, then you will be happy overall. But the reason why most guys are lonely is because they have this thought process of shooting for the stars. Not all of us are Elon Musk. We can't build a rocket. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like most people are born in a rocket. Some people are born on the ground. You can only jump 3 feet. You have to accept that you can jump 3 feet. Facts. So that's the reason why men feel loneliness more than women do. Because women, for some odd reason, men fuck ugly women. Women don't fuck loser men. We give. That's the reason why. So they don't have that thought process. You know, like a feeling lonely, because men, for some odd reason, we try to aim when we're a 6. We try to aim at a 10. Then we get lonely because we can't get that 10. Settle for the 6 where you're at. Settle for that 6. It's cool. You probably have a good personality, bro. But facts, men fuck ugly women. Women do not fuck loser men. That's the reason why women who are 5s and 4s don't feel the loneliness, because they're still getting fucked. Period. I don't get that. Not only that, they get called queen. So they will never feel. Just imagine if 4 and 5 guys got called king by women. There will be no such thing as a male loneliness epidemic, period, at all. It's not happening. But it's men's fault, man. I'm just gonna be real. Yeah. Like my best mate did that shit, I would definitely be concerned to check on him. Man. Yeah, once you stop believing in yourself, start settling. That's mainly what dudes do. Guys do that shit all the time. Settle. Women are not going to settle. Because they don't have to. Men date down, but they don't marry down. They don't do it. They don't do it at all. Like what I mean by that is caliber, right? There can be a good looking woman. She could be a 10, right? She could be a 10 and the guy could be a 7. They can date. But guess what's going to happen? That's going to be a fucked up relationship. I've seen it dozens of times. She's not going to respect him because she knows who she is. She know who she is. Trust me, 10 out of 10 women know they're 10 out of 10s. They do. No matter how humble they act, no matter how they be like, oh my God, like it's not, you know, I don't think of myself that way. Yes, you do. You do. You're not blind. You look in the mirror every day. You know you're a 10. So as soon as they get with a guy who's like a 7 or, you know, or a 6 or some shit like that, right? I'm talking about a status and in visuals. Oh, she gonna walk all over that dude because she knows she can. You said there's a long time ago women were satisfied with a good male provider. Absolutely. There was no time to be picky. You had to survive. You have a bunch of kids knowing that some might not survive. Modern women are no good. That's because they are privileged. You can only think that way if you're privileged. Back in the day, it was a more emphasis on family values. That's the reason why they didn't care about whether a guy was a multi-millionaire. Now you got people who are average caring whether people are multi-millionaires when they never had it before in their life. That's not even your circle. Yeah, you're saying you want a guy who makes 6 figures. Or let me just be fair, because the women deal with this bullshit too with guys who are delusional. Like it's the same way across the border. Like it's gonna happen both ways, man. Me being a six on my best day and I never get called a queen. So you funny. You know I don't believe that. As soon as a woman call themselves a six, trust me, you won't be a six to nobody else. That's humbleness coming out of you, which is cool. That makes it even more attractive. So Jay, like by my euro, like it's only half that, but it's the challenge I face in making it clear who the other woman is when it's only her face. I'm not a sick. Okay, let me see. Let me double take. Yeah, you're right. I can't tell. I can't tell. Who is it? I guarantee if you tell me who it is, then I'll probably be like, oh, I can kind of see it in the face. Not true. Like the incels are the result of women having children with loser men. Yeah, they'll have, listen, let me put it like this, right? Because now like I see where you're coming from. There is no woman who would have kids with an incel. She knows what, like the true definition of an incel. Not talking about the shit we make up on the internet, right? Because I got called an incel before. It makes no fucking sense. But there's no woman who's gonna have kids with a true definition of an incel. It's not happening. Especially if that female is worth a damn and she got options. If she got options, she's not settling for that whatsoever. She either thinks she doesn't have options or she turned him into an incel, like, or a beta male, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? And more time, 9 times out of 10, he's probably younger. I take a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Who is a good person, who's person over a 10 that is completely insufferable. Now, see, you know what? You got experience. You talk like a guy who got experience. Most people who got experience will say exactly what you said, because that's true. Most guys who dealt with 10s in their life, they know how 10s think. We know exactly how it is. Trust me. My ass ain't rich yet. Like, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, right? I could be in better shape. I could be fitter. But guess what? I know for a fact if I get a woman who is a 10 out of 10, which I've had before, but I know she's there for the wrong reasons. So guess what? For me being experienced, I already know who's trying to use me and who's not. It's as simple as that. So no, fuck 10s. Literally. But that's it. Recreational use only. You know how you go to the park to ride on the slide? That's how you got to treat them. Ride on the slide and then leave the park. Leave the park. On the flip side, like, women got non-stop dudes trying to get with them. Facts. The 6s even got non-stop dudes trying to get with them. That's true. That's why they say the best thing to do is ignore women, because they instinctively think something wrong and they will think about you. Facts. Which I naturally have that as a instinctive personality trait. I don't know why. Maybe I get that from my dad, because my dad the same way too. We just don't care about attention. We don't care about people. We don't care about, what people think about us. We don't care if you're the best thing walking. We don't even care if you're a celebrity. Matter of fact, there's a couple times where we met celebrities and shit like that. Like we just say, hi, how you doing? But we just watch all the people falling over themselves trying to get to these people. But we just like, bro, they're still a human being. They're a fucking person. Then guess who they want to talk to more? They want to talk to you, because you don't look at them as a fucking object. You look at them as an actual person. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You said, I'm trying to hit a guy in cosplay. The upcoming new season had me so hyped. That's why, my new art project, Marion cosplay and other anime characters I will do next 45. Gotcha. Okay. Now this I'm pretty sure like you looked up some reference photos and stuff. Yeah, see, my way of telling whether that would be her or not is strictly if her hair is blonde. That's it. But anime characters is kind of difficult to do that anyway. Mainly it's in the eyes. The eyes and how the facial structure is formed. There are women, then there are pick-me's. Define a pick-me when it comes to women. I'm asking this for a reason because I hear this a lot. Incel means never having sex is the true sex. That is crazy. Okay. But you know what? To each your own. Like, if you don't want to have sex, it's fine with me. I'm not trying to forcibly put your dick into something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, listen, like, if you a guy and you judge another guy for not having sex, bro, like, that's like a weird thing to me. Would you want to be in a room with them? Like, why do you care where his dick been? Like, or hasn't? That's the main thing that I never understood about guys anyway, when it come to, that thought process and shit. I'm like, bro, I don't want to know what you doing behind the scenes, bro. Like, what the fuck? No, I don't care. I do not care who you fucking or who you not fucking. I don't give a shit. That is the weirdest thing to me. You said I met the most amazing woman from Uganda and I love her. Hey, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. Okay. You said if she's a pick me. Let me read that again. You said, depends. If she is a pick me, she will chase a guy that ignores her. Like a woman that knows her work has multiple options. That's true to an extent, but also, let me put it like this. So I'm used to old school, right? Women should never chase anyway. That's just my thought process though, right? But what happens is though, because today's society is a little bit different, because women know that men are in a position to where the Me Too movement actually exists, right? Which I've seen it happen at jobs and come on now, to where guys which will literally tell me that they don't want to approach a girl that I know is messing with them, right? Who wants them to, talk to them. They'll listen. Some of the girls would have to tell me, yo, listen, can you tell him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Like, I'm not one of these women out here that's gonna claim sexual harassment because he just coming up to talk to me. Because listen, these guys got PTSD. They got PTSD for dealing with the shit back in, whatever position that they were in before, for just complimenting a woman on her hair, saying, hey, you got beautiful hair. They'll get nervous to go to HR. I've seen it happen dozens of times. So this is the reason why, but the reason why like certain men get in these positions is number one, because of lack of experience. They don't know which doors are open and which ones are closed. I do. So when you have experience knowing which women are open up the door for you to come in to talk, some guys don't even know that this is a thing. They don't even know when women are open up the door for them to walk through that bitch. So they just don't risk it overall. Most men are just not risking it because they don't want to take that, come on. They don't want to be like, nah, man, like, I'm not trying to be on the news. No, like, I'm not trying to, catch me a case, get a charge. No, they don't want to deal with that. And to tell you the truth, that might not be my thing, but I understand where they're coming from. If that makes any sense. Oh gosh, okay. Mally, what's going on, bro? The thing is, Mariner always wear wigs and to match the character. That is true, yeah. So you won't even be able to tell with the hair. That's why I said, like, it has everything to do with the eyes. She has very particular eyes. Study them. That will be the golden ticket on knowing whether it's her, whether it's not. Yeah, that shit is gay. I'm just gonna be honest. It is. Yeah, like speaking of the about the Animatrix, have you seen Disney Fantasia? Absolutely. Yes, I have. Of course. Now that's a movie that you should be you know, like, Jay, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if you haven't seen that movie. Okay, but here's the definition of a pygmy. He said pygmy are women with the lowest self-esteem that would do anything for a man. That they become enemies to women. Well, to tell you the truth, that's just another term to shame. When let me just be honest with you, that's another term to shame. Because back in the day, right, when it comes to quote unquote like traditional women are exactly like what you just said right there, but they're only like that with their partners, with their significant others. You're not with that. Listen, being like that is fine, but if you're like that with every man, that is low self-esteem. There's a lot of men that you can consider pick me too, because the simping behavior is basically like pick me, right? When it comes to that definition. But when you're exclusively to one person doing that simping behavior, when you know that person is reciprocating the same stuff back to you, that's cool. That's why people want traditional women, but traditional women aren't put in that position, so they have to be that way outwardly. Like, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't just get with somebody, show those traditional ways when they just get with them. No, they have to advertise themselves now. They have to separate themselves because the modern woman exists. So when a modern woman exists, you have to show yourself outwardly that you're traditional. How do you do that? You quote unquote look like a pick-me girl, right? Like, if I'm tripping, let me know. But I think I'm explaining this pretty good though. But if I'm not, you know, because you chase your part. No, Sue, that's 100% not in void. You're good on that aspect. What I have a problem with is if women chase men. Women are supposed to open up the door. They're not supposed to chase them. That's a huge red flag for me. Because I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Chasing me. I had that before. I had women chase me nonstop, calling me nonstop every single day. I'm like, that is the most unattractive thing a woman can do to me. You're not supposed to court me. No, you're not courting me as a woman. I'm sorry. That's not how this goes. I feel like a bitch. Like, she's trying to spit game to me. Christ will not approve anime? Probably not. But Christ will approve a lot of things that we ingest. It's just about who chooses to shine a light on a particular subject and who doesn't. So to tell you the truth, there's a lot of people who will say that certain things are degenerate, right? But then when you look at what they enjoy and what they ingest, the shit that they do is degenerate as well. But it's just what you choose to shine a light on and what you don't choose to shine a light on. That's the reason why, like, I don't even touch that conversation. That's the same thing when it comes to, you know, judging people who are Christians and shit like that, who would play video games, shoot, you know, play Doom, play Stellar Blade, watch anime, watch movies, watch whatever, right? Like, if you're a Christian, right? Like, if you want to be a devout Christian to where you literally follow the book word by word, you wouldn't ingest no entertainment. You wouldn't even be on this platform right now listening to me. You wouldn't do anything that is sinful. That if you want to be that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be bullet point, you know, this is what Christians are supposed to do. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect at all. Like the fact that you know that you're not perfect leads you to that lifestyle. But you never, no, we don't want to go there. I'm a contradictory caller. I call that shit out like it ain't nothing. And that's what I did with her homegirl. I did that with her homegirl that I would not name. And you guys know who that is. Facts is just a medium. That's all it is. But here's the thing. When you can separate fantasy from reality, that's a huge thing on whether you like are doing something or you're not. Because guess what? I could play GTA and shoot people, kill the cops, fuck hookers, but can completely separate that from real life, right? Like if you're not a person who can separate fact from fiction, then you need to worry about indulging in this type of shit. But I can. That's why we're adults, right? We know how to separate it. You should. Christ is the only way, and that's period. Hey, listen, like if that's your religion, you should believe that. Just like how Muslims believe that, the only way to, the promised land, like, is through their religion. Let me tell you the one thing that, like, say I would never do as a Christian. What I'll never do as a Christian is basically try to tell you how to live your life. That is the first major downfall that you can do as a Christian. You will turn people the fuck off. You seem like a cult then. Christianity is a way of life. You live Christianity by showing people how happy you are. The process of how you live life, the things you do, your temperament, your aura, your spirit, right? Your spirit will draw people to you, not your words. Not you basically telling people what you're doing is wrong. That's not how you're supposed to do it. That is the worst way that you can possibly do it. You don't shove anything down people's throats. Matter of fact, the one thing that I don't like about Hollywood and these woke games is the fact that they're trying to shove an ideology down our throats, right? So we don't like the fact that they're shoving ideologies down our throat, even though they believe that shit is true, right? I don't. Why would we do the same thing to them when we don't want it done to us? You understand what I'm saying? Don't do what you don't want them to do to you. That's my point, because guess what? Like, I do agree with it. Because you guys know, my faith is straight up Christianity, but I can also hang around everybody because I am not judgmental, because I'm not God. That's just me. I'm not God, plus my ass sin too. But here's the beautiful thing about being a Christian. Forgiveness. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to live like the Amish, for real, facts. And I guarantee you, none of the people who are self-proclaimed Christians on this platform live like Amish people. So can I get a let me get a
who created your ass, Satan?
Up in the chat. Absolutely. Absolutely. You just coming from Bible class too? That's crazy. That's why I unsubbed the Melanie Mac. She did too much of that. Yeah, but she did too much of that. But here's the one thing too, right? Like, so I don't care what her what her thought process is, right? My whole thing is that you're being contradictory though. That's my main thing. You can believe and do whatever you want, right? Like, you can have a whole channel being Bible this, Bible that, and shit like that, right? Like, listen, doesn't bother me in the least bit, right? My whole thing is this: you can't say one thing, indulge in it, then shame people for doing the exact same thing you did. That's the main reason I don't like hypocritical people. I don't give a fuck about what you do. Just stay consistent. That's all I'm asking for you. That is literally the only thing I'm asking for you. And if you're not consistent, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to call you the fuck out.
The devil is a motherfucking liar.
Oh, Jesus. Absolutely. I've seen so many Christians try to force their beliefs on the others. Even if somebody practices a different religion, they condemn the person for following a different religion. Yes, I hate that shit. That's not your job. Your job is not to shame another human being into following your religion. That's not what your job is. Your job is to live by the fruits. That's what it is. You don't go around and being like, yo, listen, you devil worshiping sinner, son of a bitch, you're gonna go to hell if you don't believe in my religion right now. You don't do that shit. That is the quickest way to turn off somebody. That is 100% the quickest way to turn off somebody. You're not gonna get that person to be like, oh my God, I should listen to it. No, you're not. You're gonna get that dude to run away from you. Just live your life. And if your life looks appealing, then guess what? That person might want to ask, hey, listen, how do you achieve this? Yo, what's your path that you walking right now? And then if they want to know, then you can comment on it. Well, this is what I believe in. This is what I follow. This is what I do X, Y, and Z, such and such. And they could be like, okay, that's interesting. I might want to do research on that myself. Cool. Fine. But I would never tell you, you have to do this or otherwise there's going to be a reckoning and shit. No, you don't do that shit. That's crazy. That's cult shit. My ass is not a part of a cult. Absolutely. What is Shintoism? Nation been worshiping kami and learn sacred powers. Yeah, that's what most Koreans and Japanese people believe, right? But I do know that there's a big population of Korea that believe in Christianity too, though, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken. But I know that's more like the old school faith that they have in Korea, right? Which, to tell you the truth, we see all the time in animes. Facts. I'm Christian too, but I smoke bud. Absolutely, I do. So guess what? I'm not going to judge any fucking body. 100%. I'm not. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Facts. Yes, that's 100. Malad actually said it perfectly, because this is exactly what it's going to do. Extreme pushing of Christianity will bring back 2009 cringe Reddit atheism. Ironically, growing up in maturity made people way more religious than basically preaching. Yeah, kids are becoming religious nowadays. Yeah, they're becoming religious nowadays because they're actually born during an evil time right now. That's the reason why people are starting to look for answers now. Young men are looking more for mentors now online than they have ever been, you know, like in history. There are so many males that are looking for male leaders, bro. You said like, hell no, I'm not a pastor. I won't teach nobody. I ain't teaching nobody about God. That's my path. You're a Christian but addicted to porn? Hey, you just pray on it. That's all I can tell you. Pray to take that devil out of you. Pray to take it out of you. But don't hate yourself because you are. That's the main thing. You can't hate yourself for the sins that you do. You feel me? What's going on, bro? Luna Abs gonna have baby Spike drilling. Yeah, nah, facts. Truly, what's going on, man? There's your question. Okay, so you said like any my question, like, so I'm drawing Penny, but I don't like, you don't like anime eyes, like, and I want to change it to more comic book style. Like, is there anything I should keep in mind when changing the style? Yeah, the size of them. You can still do comic book eyes, but still have the size of anime eyes. The size has to be still, you know, kind of the same as anime eyes, but toned down a little bit. Like hers. Hers isn't true anime eyes. You see this? Like, this is still technically anime eyes, but it's not, you know, the anime eyes. They're more like a mixture. I want to move to Africa. Seriously, fuck Canada. Have you ever been to Africa? Because I'm not moving to fucking Africa. Fuck Africa. Is that a goddamn thing I know from Africa? You don't need to look for male leaders, bro. Trust me. You don't need to. Just live your life, get experience, and then you will be the male leader that people are looking for. The only people who have, listen, the male leaders have one thing in common. They have experience, life experience, to teach others. That's all that is. And then there's some male leaders who are good at faking life experience, so they end up having a career off of doing that shit. That's how the red pill space got built and created. A bunch of fake ass people who acting like they live in life even though they're not, and then they sell it to people who are hungry for a male leader, and then y'all get duped and paying $3,000 for a fucking course. So don't fall for that shit. Don't look for a male leader. Become one. Porn might be a top 3 edition out here right now. Nah, facts, it is. It is. It's an epidemic, actually, though. Jay, what is a good drawing pad I can start off with? I haven't drawn in years. Want to get back to it. Get you an iPad. Get you Procreate. That's all you're gonna need ever. I think I went over that at the beginning too. You weren't here at the beginning, but yeah. This is what I said before. Don't ever spend over $1,500 on drawing equipment when you can spend $800 on a iPad and about maybe $20 on Procreate. That's all you need. Can you guys even see the shit that I'm doing right now? So these RGB settings, bro, is it's kind of fucking weird. I'm looking on my other screen right now, man. But I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it so light? I'm Christian, but I watch Jada Concept. You mean Jada Christian? Jada Christian in this bitch. You say I'm in the process of upgrading and building a new PC. Good for you, man, for real. I'm telling people, get to the PC master race. You're gonna love it. You're not gonna ever touch your console ever again. You're gonna keep that shit in your bedroom. I'm not sure where y'all game at, but I game in my office. Where my fucking PC is. I don't do that living room shit no more. I game in my fucking office. Where that PC is sitting. My PS5 is collecting dust. Matter of fact, I haven't played my PS5 in so long, I forgot I didn't pay for PlayStation Plus. I tried to play Tekken the other day. It was like, bitch, you're not allowed online because you didn't pay your subscription. I was like, what subscription? I don't got that shit on PC. So guess what I did? I didn't renew it because I didn't need it. The fuck I'm paying $20 for PlayStation Plus when I could pay online for free, technically, on my PC. Get up out of here. I'm not doing it. PlayStation Plus. The fuck is that? Oh, man. Yeah, fuck Africa. This is why comic books were so important. It makes boys aspire to be heroes. And now it's woke garbage. True. We have nowhere to go when it comes to like our entertainment and escapism anymore. Without us being manipulated and controlled. Or being told that, you know, being a male is toxic and shit like that, right? Being a male ain't toxic. Being a male is not toxic. Anybody who tells you that is afraid of masculinity. They're afraid of what you can do with it. That's all that is. We never had an issue telling women. Matter of fact, you know how silly it is to tell a woman that her being too feminine is actually a wrong thing? You're too feminine. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does being too feminine mean? How is that an insult? That's crazy. That's just like telling a man he's too manly. That don't even make any sense. Yeah. That's all it is, man. Like they're afraid of it. Yeah, fuck MJ. If you're getting into drawing and haven't in years, do Drawbox. Yeah, listen to Greenskin because he seemed to be making progress, a lot of progress in it. Speaking of art, at least we got a date for the new Spider-Verse movie, and some screenshots should end well, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. I did like the last one though, I can't even lie. You aren't missing out on Tekken Season 2, just further kill the game. Okay, thank God, because I'm not paying for that shit ever again. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. PS5 is BS. Get a PC. Sue, I swear to God. Sue, get you a damn PC. If you listen, this is like you cutting off your arm and trying to live life. Just because. Sue, you ever seen you ever read Invincible? You read the comic book Invincible? Like, if anybody read the comic book Invincible, they already know the analogy that I'm about to give right now. Facts. The X Pen and Huion is a lot more affordable than the iPad. That is true. That's true too. More screen sizes to choose from. They're not portable, but more art programs on PC to choose from, like Clip Studio Paint. You can have Clip Studio Paint on the iPad too. That's what I use. To tell you the truth, I do all my graphic novel shit on my iPad, and that's it. I don't do it on my PC. Dang, so that analogy won't work then. She hasn't seen it. Fuck. Every time I see a Spider-Man, I go Mr. Fantastic and make it my job to harass. Star-Lord is Spider-Man's weakness. There's not a fucking thing he can do against Star-Lord. He's too agile. He's more agile than Spider-Man. So literally, there was a match because, like, so I was trying to play with Moon Knight, right? I was killing people, and then all of a sudden this dude switched to Spider-Man and he started murking me. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I switched to Star-Lord and started wrecking him. He wouldn't even switch. Like, he's one of those people that are too prideful to switch. So I ended up trolling him and purposely just killing him. And that was it. I didn't go after nobody else. I just went after him. As soon as I heard that, you know, that web slinging shit, I was like, oh, he's back alive. Time to kill him. You got some good ass specs, man. That 4060 is pretty good, but you know what? That ooh. DDR4, you got 32 gigs. Yeah, that's pretty good for right now. You're good. You're good for right now. You could run basically everything. You 100% can run basically everything. You're good. We're not trying to run Skynet in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. I'm not trying to bring Terminators online, send them back to the past and shit. No, that ain't happening. I didn't know about Invincible to the show. Oh, wow. That's interesting. He said, I forgot on Clip Studio Paint is on iPad. They also got it on your phone too as an extension, because that's what I use my phone for. Because the phone is basically used as a remote to where I get to control the brush size, zoom in, pick every color I want, all on my phone while I'm working on my iPad. So I use both, you know what I'm saying, for the, you know, for that same reason. iPad is not trash. Stop it. That's a lie. That's a lie. Trust me, my eyes use a total of 10 devices when it comes to digital artwork. I use a total of 10. Plus, I got the best one on the planet, which was that $3,000 beast that you've seen, the Cintiq 27-inch touch. That's literally considered the best on the market. They use that shit in studios. I had that in my home and I sold that for this iPad. So no, it's not trash. Scarlet Witch is also Spider-Man's weakness. That's true. You can easily take him out using primary fire. That is, yeah, because he can't go anywhere, and no matter how much he moves, you're still gonna hit him. The only consoles I've been playing, I've been enjoying is PS4 and Switch, but I haven't had any desires for PS5 because of lack of titles. Hey, you're in the right. Get you a PC. You won't miss anything. Well, which you have already. So yeah, you're good. You don't need a PS5 because Stellar Blade is coming to the PC too. So there's that. So that's really the only game that I'll say is worth a damn on PS5 right now. That, and if you're feeling up to it, God of War. Right? So overall, yeah, you're not missing nothing. No, I'm coloring like a fucking turtle right now. He said, wait, you said, Jay, I had 10 months of drawing yesterday. God damn. Jesus. Speaking of Switch, you look forward to Nintendo Direct for Switch 2 today? Probably not. I've never been a Nintendo person, but I do appreciate Nintendo because there's a lot of people. My brother loves Nintendo, so he's probably going to be watching that, not me. So the phone has a second screen just for the control panels, while the canvas is on the iPad. That is really innovative. Yeah, the Cintiq 27 Touch did the same thing. That tablet came with a remote that you can program to have shortcuts on it. So the iPad did the same thing, but with apps. Because in order for me to work on Clip Studio, I have to have that remote. I have to, which I turn my phone into. So that's a godsend that they did that. That's actually a new feature too. Yeah, like, did you see Venom twerky mode? That shit is hilarious. There's people who actually had a problem with that. I'm like, man, like that's like the perfect troll. That's hilarious. Isn't Microsoft trying to get in with their drawing surfaces? Which ones? You said love to see you play Fallout 4 survival mode. I would never play that. I played Fallout 4 back in the day. I'm actually Fallout out when it comes to that. Fallout 76 did it for me because I was looking for Fallout 76 after I played the shit out of Fallout 4. And then as soon as that game came out, it ended up being a big pile of shit. So I just, I'm 100% just, you know, checked out. Thor has a new skin. That's crazy. I haven't seen that though. He gonna go berserk on Blender. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. God, my voice. I'm sick. Man, my voice normally is better than that, bro. That's terrible. Oh my God. I hate that. I usually can hit that note. Man. Listen, they knew not to get that shit to Sue Storm, man. That shit would have had the internet going crazy. You thought she had downloads and looks, bro. She had her search engines was like up 3,000%. Just imagine, bro. Come on now. They knew to get that shit to Venom. Said, look, boss, I understand your point, but seriously, I am too commune to the PlayStation brand. Damn it, Sue. But I would definitely look into PC part-time for PC exclusive games. Yeah. Sue, you won't be disappointed. I guarantee you, as soon as you boot that shit up, if it's like the top of the line stuff, right? You will see the difference, and you just will not. You will probably be like, fuck my PlayStation. You'll probably look at it and do that Randy meme and just throw it away in the trash can. Cause that's what I feel like doing to it now. I forgot about God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, awful pacing. Good thing is that I rented it from the library. Yeah, you did. Yeah, good. Reverend X did a twerk. Get out of here, man. Bro, he is a crazy dude.
Who created your ass, Satan?
That's a crazy guy, man. Yeah, you need a wheel dial. The wheel dial, you actually can have that on your phone too when it comes to Clip Studio Paint. There's actually a part on there to where it's like a wheel dial. You should be honest. Yeah, there's only men that got mad at twerking Venom were doing because the girlfriends were jealous. Bro, Venom, listen, no homo. Why did they give Venom cake in this game? Like facts, like he does. They could have gave him a hawk booty, but they gave him something else. I'm like, these women gonna go insane. Some men might go insane too as well. Apparently. Yeah, that Emma Frost shit is gonna be crazy. I can't wait for that. Yeah, if it weren't for my voice, I could be a singer. That is the biggest diss you can ever say to somebody who's trying to sing. That's just like saying, yeah, like if it wasn't for your legs, you'll be a good runner, like, or a good walker. You know, like if it wasn't for your eyes, you'll be a good seer. Man. PS4 OG model is the last console I had before going PC. Yeah, you went PC way before I did. Way before. Because you were smarter. I was still stuck in the past. Yes, it's a touchscreen dial on the phone. Yep. Are you going to plat Marvels later? Probably not. That all depends, man. You guys know I'm fucking addicted to that game. You guys know I'm addicted to that game. I don't know why, but I am. I still don't know why. I be asking myself that question all the time. I'd be like, why the fuck am I addicted to this? I don't know. But I am hella addicted to it though. I should have committed to PC before the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X came out. That's what made me start to think about it. I never was thinking about it before that though. I was in a game and in the spawn, everybody was slapping Venom's ass while he was twerking. Bro, that is the biggest April Fool's joke that you can put in the game. And they probably gonna get rid of it after today. That would be really funny if they got rid of it after today. That shit is fucking hilarious. It'd be Eve Master Race, facts. There's Blade and Ultron shirts being sold at Hot Topic, officially licensed. What? I still think we're getting someone else next season. That's crazy. Blade and Ultron is enough though. What are those 80s hits you love, Jay? I love basically, let me see. Bro, my Spotify has like close to like 150 songs. Strictly from the 80s. I have a very old school taste when it comes to music. Then when it comes to new school stuff, it's a lot of you know, random bullshit. Let me just put it like that. You could be a model if it weren't for your genetics. Oh my God. What do you think of Star Citizen? I love that game. I never played it. Never played it. I finally farmed and crafted Serena for like the new Fire Descendant a couple days ago in the First Descendant. How does she play? Like, she as fun as she looks? 'Cause I like flying characters. I do. Now I do. Star-Lord made me a believer, bro. I'm telling you. That dude made me a believer. I'm like, I love flying characters now. Uh-oh. I kind of thought that. I see your Grandmaster and wanted to play with you again since we both on the same level. Yeah, but to tell you the truth, being us two, that shit ain't enough. We still got, how many players are on the team? Yeah, we still got 3 other people who can't suck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like 1 match away from being demoted, even though I don't care, because I'll get back, you know, to Grandmaster again. I really don't give a shit, but I'm just saying, I'm kind of like seeing that Grandmaster next to my name right now. The only I hope for I have like for a console now is Switch 2. Sony needs to convince me why I should buy a PS6. PS6 is basically pointless because if anything gets more powerful, let me put it like this, right? The only way they can make a PlayStation 6 worth it is if it's better than the PS5, and it's not gonna happen. The leap from a PS5 to PS6 is gonna be so minuscule, it might as well come out with a pro version. Because if they're gonna keep it at market value, right? For the average consumer to find it worth it, they will have to charge $1,100 or above for a console if they want it to even match even close to what a PC can do. That's the only way you can sell a PS6. There will be absolutely no point of a PS6 at all, especially where the PS5 is right now, because games still look good, but they're not PC good. They will never be PC good. Star Citizen is literally the biggest scam in gaming. People paying literal thousands for digital goods with an uncertain future. That's crazy. Wow. I never heard of that. Good thing I didn't. April 4th, I can't wait. This dude Juan just singing in the comments. I'm not gonna sing again, bro. You set me up because I'm actually you know, like when you see words to a song, you just can't help but sing it. I'm not gonna fall for that because my voice is gonna crack. Serena was awesome to play, not only sexy, but another OP character in the roster. I like that. I like flying. You said, did I see those new Superman images? They apparently had a screening and the movie was real good. I don't know. Let me put it like this. I hope it is. I hope it is good. I hope we get back to what makes superhero movies, right? None of this progressive bullshit. I only care about the plot of the fucking superhero. I don't want to hear about real world issues, right? Like, I think that James Gunn is good at this anyway. James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxies never had a woke bone in their bodies in those movies whatsoever. James Gunn, I don't think is going to put that in there at all. Because even with the new Suicide Squad movie too, there was no wokeness in that movie. It was just a fun superhero movie for me. So I think that he's going to bring superhero movies back to where they should be. I think. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Beastie Boys. Yeah, that's literally my era. Baby Spike, what's going on, bro? There was really no point in the PS5. A mess of games still released on PS4. That's true. You can't truly have next gen if you're still optimizing for the past system. That's why I hate that shit. I hate that whole, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a lot less compared to PS2. You're right. Because they had longer lifespans. My hope is PC gaming evolving into handhelds like the Steam Deck. I want to get the Steam Deck to try to test it out to see if it's even worth it. I kind of want to see if that's even, going to be a deal. Because for right now, it does sound good. You said Sony charged $700 for a console. I think they're going to go for it again. That's the only way they can do it. And to tell you the truth, if they want to make it powerful, they got to charge a little bit more. They got to charge $200 more. $700 is not enough for you to come out with a console that's truly next gen that can compete with a PC. You need it to be $1,000 plus. And they know they can't do that because the market is not going to allow it, especially in America. Yeah, just invest in a PC. Like, you're gonna pay $1,000 or more on a console, you might as well get a fucking PC. You might as well. Star Citizen is what happens when you give creatives a blank check and no deadlines. Yeah, they're gonna just take the money and just pretend like it's not gonna, they're gonna be semi working on it, like a little bit, but y'all just gave money to people and they just gonna put it in their pockets. That's a Kickstarter that just kickstarted their lives. That's it. They scammed you. The PS4 Pro price here in Sweden is about $1,000. Make that make sense for a weaker hardware. My budget for upgrading the PC is reaching $900. That's cheap too. That's cheap, which is good if you can do it. All right, y'all. So CinemaCon is going on right now, and I bumped into some news. John Wick 5 is happening. That's what I'm talking about. And a Kane movie. Really? So that spinoff is happening too. Donnie Yen is directing and acting in. That's what I'm talking about. Now You See Me 3 is... Damn. Baby Spike came in with 3 hitters. Jesus Christ. I hope that shit is real. I have no hope for us. The Supergirl movie, that gave me Batgirl movie vibes, facts. It depends on who it created, man. Let me put it like this. If the only person who I could see making a dope female character in entertainment, like, and it actually seems believable and it's not full of man-hating bullshit, Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder to me did the best Wonder Woman character possible. I'm not even talking about in Wonder Woman's own movies. I'm talking about in Zack Snyder movies. In Zack Snyder movies where Wonder Woman existed, he did Wonder Woman excellent. That's how you should do her. So the only person that I can see that could do a female character like that is Zack Snyder, even though he can't write for shit. He can't write for nothing. So have Christopher Nolan write the script and have Zack Snyder make the movie. Bam. Keep him on rails. You see people stream retro games on the Steam Deck like Hawk Ultimate Destruction and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Did it run good? That's cool. Juan, I'm not singing. Even though I'm tempted, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Because I know what those songs are. Now You See Me was actually a good ass movie, period. I was actually surprised at how good that movie was. Yeah, I think what the fan art is right here. He said, yeah, if anybody made a console that could power match a PC, highly unlikely, and priced accordingly, that defeats the entire purpose of a console. Console isn't supposed to be a PC option. He's right. He's 100% right. There's no going against that. There will absolutely be no point. Sony doesn't even care about backwards compatibility on PS5 while Microsoft does for the Xbox Series S. Xbox is going about it business-wise pretty smart. They are. Because they're actually fusing with the PC and Sony needs to get on board. Because that shit ain't gonna last for too long. Donnie Yen is dope, period. He's always been dope. And the Karate Kid movie is going to be good too, though. I'm going to go see that when it comes out. Bro, I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. I'm a Cobra Kai fan too. You said it ran surprisingly well. That's interesting, man. Shit. I might get me a Steam Deck, buddy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give me a Steam Deck, man. I don't care. I've been eyeballing that shit like crazy. I'm like, bro, I kind of want to try this out. Cobra Kai did end it perfectly, man. But I really hope that they don't screw Johnny over when it comes to like his actor. The dude who played Johnny deserved to be in his own movies now. That was a comeback like I ain't never seen one, man, for real. Like, he ended up being my favorite character in the entire show. I do like Ralph, of course. You know, the original Karate Kid. But if they fuck over Johnny, bro, that's going to be the biggest thing. That's going to piss me off, actually, yo. He needs to show up in this new Karate Kid movie. He does. Same console adopt all the hassle of PC patching, updating, dealing with bugs that got fixed later, but without the performance or options, graphic settings. That's why I moved to PC. Facts. Yeah, I seen Dracula Untold. That was cool. That movie was another movie I was pissed about. Listen, that movie came out during the PG-13 era of everything. That was when they were so scared to make movies R-rated, right? That movie should have been R-rated. I don't care. You can't do a fucking vampire movie and have it be PG-13. You can't. Vampires is all about drinking blood, right? Devil shit. PG-13 fucking movie. Come on, bro. I hate vampire movies being PG-13. That is the stupidest thing ever. What are you gonna lick their neck? You gonna lick their neck, huh? Motherfuckers licking each other. No biting. That's too violent. Fuck that. I can't stand that shit. Oh my God. They had to make sure that everybody could see these movies. PG-13 had an error. You guys know what I'm talking about, man. Basically, every movie that should have been R-rated during that time was PG-13. Why do you think it was such a big deal for Deadpool to be R-rated? The first one. Because we all knew what that era was. We was like, thank God people are not being afraid to make a movie that's based off of something be R-rated. Thank you. R-rated movies make money. I don't know why investors think that's not the case. Shit is fucking stupid. Johnny is the real star of the Karate Kid. Yeah. Johnny needs his own thing now. I'm gonna be severely pissed if he doesn't get his own shit. Period. Like, at least let him do a cameo or something. Like, goddamn. Yeah, I don't want to see Venom's anything. It's still crazy how Cobra Kai started out as a thing to market YouTube Premium or a TV. I think, and it became what we got. Interesting. I didn't think that. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Speaking of vampire, Sinners is rated R, but this movie gonna be dope. I think the movie's actually gonna be pretty good. Like, look, it actually looks unique. It looks like something completely different. Matter of fact, when you first start watching the trailer, you couldn't even guess what the movie was gonna be about. That's how movies used to be. You never used to be able to guess. Now you can guess every fucking thing because everything is so formulaic. The Sinners actually looks, pretty good. Unfortunately, there was a lot of horror movies that were PG-13 softies. Yeah, I don't watch those horror movies. I don't. Like, if I see a horror movie that's rated PG-13, I just turn the other way. I do. There's not much you can do with a PG-13. Well, let me stop myself. I'm being contradictory, right? The only horror movie that I like that's PG-13 that still scare me to this day is Insidious. Insidious is diabolical. I don't know how the fuck they did that movie in PG-13. But they did. But there's not too many movies that are PG-13 that can scare me at all. PG-13. Plus, Ryan Reynolds made sure Deadpool was going to be rated R. Yeah, since he was one bringing the movie to life. Absolutely. Ryan Reynolds knew who the Deadpool character was. Smart guy. And I believe James Gunn is the same way when it comes to comic book movies in general. I think he thinks like how we think when it comes to keeping comic book movies the way they are. Basically, every project he touched that was superhero related, he has killed. Like in a good way. James Gunn is pretty good. I remember the trailer for Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. First impression was I thought it was corny. Yeah, that movie was fucking dark as hell. I was surprised about that movie too. Now, the reason why The Punisher 2004 was a low, where the sales were low, is because there wasn't no let me put it like this: people weren't familiar with that's superhero before. But if you made a movie about Spider-Man, like they did, right? Everybody knows who Spider-Man is. To your grandma, to your kid, everybody knows who Spider-Man is. But if you ask people, hey, who's the Punisher? Nobody's gonna know who the Punisher is. But if you ask everybody who he is nowadays, everybody's gonna be like, oh, that's John Bernthal. Now they're gonna know because they got things to tie him to. That was a long shot risk when it comes to superhero shit back then. Nobody knew who the fuck the Punisher was. Nobody. But everybody and their mama know who Spider-Man is. That's something you could just take a risk on. Yeah, he probably gonna make a dope movie. He is. Imagine if a werewolf movie were PG-13 rated. Oh, there was. It's called Twilight. And it was a love story. It was a fucking love story. Taking shirts off and shit. They got teams or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like Team Jacob, Team, Robert Patterson. What's the scariest movie ever seen? To tell you the truth, let me put it like this. There's not a scariest movie for me. There's the most effective scary movie for me. Because there's nothing that's like completely scary to me. There's effective shit and there's shit that's not effective, but it's still scary, right? The most effective horror movie that I ever seen in my entire life is probably Hereditary. Hereditary is so well done, but I think during the time when I watched it, I was in a state of mind where I was able to receive it in the worst way possible. So that's probably the reason why it was so effective for me. Like, it stuck with me. I still will not watch Hereditary over again. I will not do it. I won't do it. There's only special situations that will make me want to do that over again. And every single one of those things that I could think of is not worth it. But let me put it like this. The most disturbing movie that I've ever seen that made me want to go pray is probably Suspiria. Suspiria? Hell no. Suspiria made me want to go to church. Let me just put it like that. And I don't go to church. I don't fucking go. No. That movie made me want to pull out a Bible the next day and start reading anywhere. Pick a chapter. Let's read this. Let me give me some Jesus in me right quick. That's what that movie did for me. Naked people crawling on the walls took me out. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, we don't talk about Twilight. You got to talk about Twilight, man. Twilight is the staple of corniness. Ray Stevenson was a great Punisher. Yeah, he was. Didn't he pass away too? John Bernthal is 100% my favorite, but Ray Stevenson did a pretty good job with him too, though. Oh my God. Yo, you know what I just thought of? Listen, like if I got anybody who's a movie buff in this chat right now, which I know I do, Baby Spike is, but listen, right? You take Jon Bernthal, you take his Punisher character, and you tag team him up with the director of the Raid movies, Garth Evans. You have a Punisher movie directed by Garth Evans with Jon Bernthal? Are you kidding me? That'll be the best action movie of the fucking century. Oh my God. That, bro. Hold up a second. Let me just show y'all something. Let me just show you something, right? If anybody knows who the fuck created this, oh Jesus Christ. This dude, listen, if anybody has not seen this movie, you guys probably should see this movie. Like, listen, like if you're a fan of anything action related, this director, go down a rabbit hole with Garth Evans movies. His movies are top notch when it comes to action and shit like that, right? The Punisher hooked up with this director right here will be unmatched when it comes to bro, you come on now. Jesus Christ, I can't even, man. Holy hell. That'll be fire, man, for real. That could be the only director that I'll be like, yeah, I want him creating this movie. Because the Punisher is chaotic. You know what I mean? He's chaotic and rage filled. God, that'll be perfect. Nightmare on Elm Street is hysterical. Yeah, that shit is funny as hell. It's not even scary. Greta, who is directed in Punisher movie? Oh, that's fuck, man. Fuck that. I forgot about Ray Stevenson died. Yeah, he did die then. Damn. He was a Sith villain. Really? He was in a soccer show? I said that completely wrong. The show was mostly dull, but Steven was a standout in it. Yeah, because there was no talented people on that show besides him. Dredd is amazing too. Yes, please go see Dredd. Go see it like it's out. No, watch Dredd. If you haven't seen Dredd, it's gonna be, bro. I went to go see that shit. It's off of a whim. And I thought I was just going into the movie to go see, like something that was just a regular action movie and stuff like that. No, the movie is actually very fucking good. Very good. I've seen that Dredd movie probably like 90 times. That's how much I like that movie. I might be too young for all this, all going over my head. Probably. Well, that depends on your age. What's too young for you? Garth Evans, Jon Bernthal, Punisher with Raid, Night Comes for Us, action mixed, man, it's perfect. I wish I could do that. I wish I could put them in a room together. I'll be like, yo, listen, this needs to happen now. Okay? I don't care what we gotta do. This shit gotta happen now. You already got fucking Tom Hardy, and then what's this series that Tom Hardy is gonna be a part of that is directed by Garth Evans? There's another movie that, hold up a second, which I want to see this shit big time. What is Tom Hardy working on right now with that's why I like Baby Spike, because Baby Spike knows exactly what I be talking about. This movie right here, well, yeah. What is this, a movie or a series? Oh, it's a movie. Thank God. This movie right here is going to be fucking fire. This is going to be dope as hell. Bro, put Jon Bernthal in a movie like this. It's a wrap. Yeah, Havoc is going to be crazy. Speaking of Dredd, like when I saw the first movie way back with Stallone, I really didn't know much about the character, so didn't know he removes his helmet. The rule Stallone broke. True, because the new one, he never removed his helmet, and in the like the movie that came out, he got mad at the trainee for doing the same thing, right? So yeah, if you didn't see the old ones, then you wouldn't know. Warhammer 40K took inspiration from Dredd. Really? The Mega City one? Get out of here. That's why you never know what who's inspired by who. No, you whore. There we go. I think I saw my dad watching Dredd. I was born in 2006. How cooked am I? You pretty cooked. You pretty cooked. I'm not even gonna lie, you are. But it's fine. Enjoy your age. Fruit Punch, what's going on? But then Carl Urban proves you can act with minimum face scene. Thank you. Listen what the fan art. I didn't even know that was Carl Urban until after I seen the movie 2 times. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then I realized when I saw him in another movie, guess what I watched? That made me realize it. Doom. I watched Doom randomly one day, paid attention to his mouth moving, and then I had the big, light bulb moment go off in my head. I was like, that's him in fucking Dredd? I had to figure out from Doom. I was like, that is Carl Urban. Are you kidding me? That shit was diabolical. And that's what he says in The Boys. The Accountant is going to be good too. The Accountant, yes. The first Accountant is amazing. Not sure if I mentioned this, but before, but Drive is a great movie too. Everyone needs to see it. Yes, Drive is good with Ryan Gosling. Yes, Drive is good. One of those hidden gems that you didn't even know existed. But I actually went to go see that movie in theaters, so there's that. But I respect Carl so much more than Stallone. He's a true actor, true. Puts the role before himself, put vanity aside, that he didn't need his face seen for the sake of the role. What does that sound like with the fan art? Don't that sound like the guy from Halo? Doesn't that sound like the guy from Halo who has to remove his helmet for each scene just because he has to be seen? Interesting. That sounds exactly like that, doesn't it? Yeah, Doom with The Rock, the Pebble Johnson. Oh my God. That movie is a classic. I don't care how corny it is. That movie is a fucking classic. And that first person scene in that movie, come on, bro. Come on now. That was early 2000s at its peak. That's peak early 2000s behavior right there. They like, it's a video game movie. Let's have a first person scene for the kids and shit, for the people who like, the video games and shit. I love it. Corny, cheap cheesiness. Absolutely. Sue. Oh my God. Sue. Okay, we're gonna look this up for Sue right now. We're gonna look this up. Okay. There's not a person in this chat who has an excuse for not seeing this movie. Okay? There's no way in hell. 2005, okay? Listen, that's how old this movie is. I went to go see this movie. In 2005, I went to go see this movie. That shows you how old I am. So, Doom, right? So, and anybody who has not seen this shit, put your corny hat on and watch this movie and enjoy it. With the corny cheesiness that it is, all right? It got the Pebble Johnson. It got Carl Urban, right? This is all you need to know. This is all you need to know, okay? This is all you need to know. Yeah, the last fight scene was amazing, for real. God, we got some young people in here. Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. I hardly watched that film. I remember Age of Extinction. No, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire. Movie reviews. Would you guys even trust me with a movie review? I don't think I'm trustworthy when it comes to movie reviews. Let me get the shit off my page, all right? Look at this beautiful poster. Look at this shit. Look at this poster. This poster's beautiful. This is peak 2000. Look at this shit. This is peak 2000s. I don't even know who the fuck this director is. Who is this director? Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. This is on the same level as the Resident Evil movies. Nobody gives a shit who the director is. He's probably ass, probably never had another project ever again. But he created this movie, right? That we all know and love, with The Rock in it. Back when The Rock was the Pebble. Watch this movie, Sue. Okay? Anybody saw Hardcore Henry? Absolutely. Sounds before I was born. The Rock in it. That's funny. You was born in 2000s too? That means I basically got like 8 years over you. I'm an old bitch. God damn. Wow. 2001. Speaking of 2000s, Resident Evil movie, Resident Evil and Underworld. Don't even put Underworld in the same sentence as Resident Evil. Those movies were actually good. Okay? Those movies were actually good. I don't even put Underworld in the same category as the Resident Evil movies. Those Resident Evil movies is kind of borderline David, you know. Who's that director of these cheesy ass movies? You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah, you on some Uwe Boll shit. That's Uwe Boll is this guy right here. Listen, this guy right here is literally known for shitty movies. He is 100% known for shitty movies, all right? You start liking Resident Evil shit. Resident Evil is literally borderline Uwe Boll / Hollywood movies, right? Underworld is literally a Hollywood movie. So I wouldn't even put them in the same category. Uwe Boll is fucking trash. If you guys know what I'm talking about, bro, like this dude literally gets mad at his fans because how terrible his movies are. Literally, like he's a shit director. He is shitty. Nobody likes his movies. I love Underworld. You in the hospital, bro? Nah, bro, listen, fuck the chat. Get better. Period. Get better. That comes first. As a little boy, Underworld was a masterpiece. Kate, fucking Beckinsale. Can I get a, wait, nah.
Biatch.
That's what I'm talking about. Kate Beckinsale is the shit. Let me get a, God dang. Kate Beckinsale, bro, come on now. You ain't messing with that. You're not messing with that, period. And I'm talking about Kate Beckinsale in the heyday during the underworld days. I said this plenty of times before. I stay consistent. Kate Beckinsale, bro, nobody ain't beating Kate Beckinsale in spandex. It's not happening. Speaking of old school music, you should check out Pete Rock music from the album, you know, Pete Instrumentals. Did I say that right? Would be a perfect BGM for the stream. Is it copyright? Yeah, it's copyright. Yeah, I can't play it, but I will listen to it. Why not? My playlist is ever expanding and ever growing. It's like a universe, right? It gets bigger as time goes on. That's how my playlist is. You thought I was gonna type House of Wax? Nah, we're going lower than that. You guys know, man, listen, when I talk shit about somebody, when I say that somebody's dookie, I go all the way to the bottom of the barrel. Uwe Boll is bottom of the barrel. Yeah, Craven was horrible. Craven was horrible, for real. I thought that movie was gonna be semi-good. It was horrible. Terrible. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. And I don't know what my guy was thinking, because he's a good ass actor. I just seen him in Nosferatu. Mr. Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know what they paid him for that movie. I don't know. That shit was crazy. That movie's fucking horrible. And it didn't make any goddamn sense. Jay, would you draw a smug yet fierce expression for a female? Yes, why not? I want Penny to look like she's about to get a triple kill. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can do a lot of facial expressions but still make them look feminine. You just have to have you know, you just have to study the face anatomy. A Penny. Did I fucking wait, hold on a second. Is that a part of, that's a part of this. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, Jesus Christ. You said I only counted 3 moments in the movie where I was like, oh nice, that was dope. There was a couple things that were dope, 100%, yeah, but the movie was shit. Like overall, it was shit. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Oh, you was born in 1984. Yeah, you older than me then. Thank God. Yeah, they didn't coon on Madam Web either. They didn't cook. Yeah, they didn't cook on Madam Web is probably the worst movie that came out that year. Like 100%. And Sydney Sweeney was in it. I don't know why she was in it, but she was. She was. She deserved better than that. I think we could finally say that there is a movie worse than The Last Airbender and Dragon Ball, and it's Snow White. Facts. And to tell you the truth, I should have started this shit too. Maleficent. That's how you say that? Yeah, Maleficent with fucking Angelina Jolie. They made that movie look like a masterpiece, which it was already pretty good for me. Maleficent was actually pretty good. That's the real Snow White movie. That's 100% the real Snow White movie. I would rather watch Maleficent over again. Matter of fact, I think I might watch it today, strictly because I just want to. We want to watch a better version. I ain't watching the Snow White movie either. Can't stand Rachel Zegler. Now listen, I can give her some props though. I can give her some props. That girl could sing her fucking ass off. She can sing. She can sing. She's just annoying as fuck. It's just when she starts talking. It's like, bitch, shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. And listen, Disney is even telling you that too. Yeah, nobody wants to see Snow Brown. I want to see Snow White. That's why it's called Snow White. But she can sing. She can. Sandy Sweeney is the shit. And people think that I'm in my mid 20s to early 30s. That means yeah, black don't crack. Absolutely. Well, that's if you're taking care of your skin. That's the thing. You haven't seen the OG Snow White? You haven't seen the cartoon, the Disney version Snow White? Bro, that Disney, that was back when Disney was good. Yeah, she can fucking sing, Baby Spike too, for real. Like we have to be honest with that, for real. She can sing. She got talent. But she's just fucking insufferable. You know you're a terrible person when people are ignoring Gal Gadot and her fucking bad and horrible line delivery. Like nobody noticed that. Yeah, it is Sleeping Beauty. Snow White and the Huntsman. How about that? I'd rather watch Chris what's the name? Chris Hemsworth version of Snow White than fucking, you know, that. Screw it. I'll even throw Maleficent in there too. I don't care if it's Sleeping Beauty. I'll still pretend like it's Snow White. You know, it's the biggest paradox of Snow White. Not the skin color. Gal Gadot as evil queen is supposed to be jealous of Zegler. Thank you. In what reality does that even make sense? Thank you. Gal Gadot is light years better looking than Rachel Zegler. It's not even close. So what is she to be jealous of? It's not even a competition. That's crazy. And you know they were arguing behind the scenes, right? They didn't like each other. They hated each other, actually, though. Gal Gadot and what's her name? Rachel Zegler? Oh, they were beefing. About some political shit that I'm not going to get involved in. But the thing is, they didn't like each other at all. But Rachel Zegler, that just shows you where her narcissism is at, though, because she decided to advertise something on a movie post that she did on social media, and she put Free Palestine at the bottom. When you're working with a co-star that's Israeli. That is the most narcissistic thing you can do in your entire career. That's the most brain dead thing you can do when it comes to advertising a movie with your co-star on it. You don't say free Palestine on the, you're an idiot. You're dumb. Regardless if you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your co-star doesn't believe that shit. She's Israeli. So that automatically caused strife between the co-workers. You can say free Palestine on your own post. You don't put that shit on the fucking Snow White poster, you idiot. But she's a narcissist because she's 23 years old. That's the reason why she did that shit, because she doesn't give a fuck. That bitch is stupid. She was literally Miss Israeli. Yeah. Israel, like. Oh, was she? She won the, wow, she won the pageant too. That's crazy. Yeah, she's the prettiest. So it's not even a competition. Gal Gadot gonna be like, yeah, I'm jealous of Rachel Zegler's look. Get the fuck out of here. That's why Gal Gadot is married to an actual billionaire and don't even have to act at all. She doesn't have to do anything. She's acting because she wants to do it. It's for fun. You think Rachel Zegler can say that? Like, Rachel Zegler's career like is done because of this Snow White movie. Guess what Rachel Zegler is going to be doing? Working at Arby's. Well, Gal Gadot, right? Let's say if Gal Gadot bombs the next 4 or 5 movies, right? She can just quit acting and go home and still be rich. Y'all are not the same, bitch. Y'all not the same. You don't have the right to be egotistical and narcissistic around her. She is 100% better than you in all realms. It's not even comparable. With your 23-year-old ass. Yo, listen, we're gonna get that soundbite, that weird. We're gonna put that shit in there. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird, you know? Yeah, it's weird. She just looked like a fucking ditz. Oh my God. Facts, it's like Aphrodite being jealous of the Wicked Witch of the West looks. Thank you. It's not even comparable. Oh my God. That's the thing though. I love Gal Gadot, like, and I gotta be honest, but she can't act. But I guarantee you that if I got approached to be in a project with her, I'll say, yes, come on now. Bro, it's not, no, come on. Let's keep it a buck here. That's how likable Gal Gadot is because she can act. She can't act for shit. She can't, okay? But people will still go watch her in a movie. Rachel Zegler can act and she can sing, but nobody would show up for her fucking movie. That's how unlikable you are. You have the talent and people still don't show up. That's a skill. That is a skill set to be that unlikable. Holy fuck. How did you do it? It's Hollywood, baby. Max Cannon, what's going on, man? Rachel and that one, that biracial black girl, who made a diss track to, oh my God, you talking about her from, what the fuck was she from? She was from the Star Wars shit, right? Yeah, she was from the Star Wars shit, and she did corny ass bitches. I can't stand those girls. Those Gen Z girls, bro. Oh my God. Those Gen Z biracial liberal girls who are only 23. Corny. I'm gonna make a diss track on my haters. What haters, bitch? You Bro, I was dying laughing when she made that diss track. I'm like, that is the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Period. Good God. He said, Hell Hydra. You better not hope the Winter Soldier listening to you. Amanda Steinberg is very good too. Oh, that's her name. I thought you was talking about Amanda Seyfried. Never mind. I was thinking about another Amanda. Whispering and singing. Yeah, she's fucking weird. Yeah, she filmed herself celebrating the end credits with her name in the empty theater. This chick is insane. Now, you know what though? I was giving her the benefit of the doubt at first. I was like, maybe this is a private viewing for her because she is a celebrity still, right? But no, that's not the case. I've seen 3 other videos of people going to see Snow White and there was only 2 or 3 people in the theater. Nobody's going to see this movie. So I'm like, oh, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I thought she had a private viewing, but she didn't. That's crazy. That's diabolical. That wasn't even the first. Listen, I didn't even go there at first. I wasn't even thinking like, oh my God, look at this theater, it's empty. She's getting hoed and shit. No, I thought maybe this is a private viewing or something like that, right? Nope, that's not the case. I gave her a rope and she still hung herself. Oh, forget beauty is subjective. Once Gal Gadot enters the picture, subjectively goes right out the fucking window. Bro, facts. I'm glad everybody objectively knows that Gal Gadot is actually more prettier than her. It's not even a competition. Women know this, guys know this. I think everybody across the board knows this. And I think that's the reason why it doesn't work. Oh, she said she's about to give a hot take. Despite how people hated Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, Leave is my favorite Harley Quinn. Sorry, not sorry. You know what? Okay, we agree. We agree. I agree on that. I do. I had to think about it for a minute, but yeah, I agree. That's crazy. Yeah, that video is fucking horrid, dog, for real. It's terrible. Can you react to a photo I posted in your meme selection? The fuck is my computer doing? When the Discord is for Disney. Memes. Oh, Jesus Christ, shit all the way down at the bottom. Holy fuck, God. This is 100% facts. This is 100% facts. I dare you. I dare you, race. Bro, you're not going to make this a black guy. You're not. You're not going to make this a black guy because him being in the woods with a bunch of fucking gorillas and monkeys and shit, you will automatically think, oh my God, that's racist. You would. Even though, let me just be honest with you, I think that would be fire. Tell me I'm not lying right now. Tell me, listen. Tell me a black Tarzan wouldn't be dope as fuck. Bro, tell me that. Come on now. Come on now. Listen, does this even make sense for him to be in the Congo or whatever the fuck he is? A white, listen. Like, listen. Like, if there was anybody that they were going to race swap, that people would be like, yeah, that makes sense. It'll be Tarzan. He's in a place where he doesn't belong. This is not your woods. What white man is out there? How did you get lost? And how are you still surviving out there and not getting noticed with your white skin? You wouldn't be able to survive out there. You got to blend in with these. Come on now. It's not racist. It's just what it is. This would be the only race swap that I would be like, I could see that. The rest of these, no. You're underneath the fucking sea. Your skin is naturally going to be translucent. If you are a fucking mermaid, right? If we're going about science, right? The lower you go to the bottom of the ocean, which mermaids do live at, their skin is lighter and translucent. She will not have any melanin. What sun is she getting? What sun is she getting? None. Thank you. I don't want to hear shit. Bro. She is getting no sun. So I can understand if that was the case. What melanin, bro? She ain't having no melanin being deep in under the sea. She ain't getting no melanin under the sea. You only get melanin if you have less water, if you're in fucking Africa or close to the equator where the sun is, you know, shining. That's when melanin starts to kick in, because you have to protect yourself from the sun's rays. That's what melanin is for, right? You're not seeing nothing black underneath the ocean. It's not happening. Sorry, it's not happening. That is the dumbest race swap they could have ever did. But Tarzan, I can see that. And it's not for no race reasons. No matter how much y'all believe it is. Trust me, it's not. I think on a scientific level. Tara Strong is the she's been in the industry for a long time, yeah. And while people hated she killed Batman, I loved her in that scene because it's a good moment for Harley, and we see her real self briefly, and she had a point. The whole game sucked though, but I do like Tara Strong though. The whole game sucked, and I'm gonna spoil it for y'all right now because fuck that game, right? Those weren't the real versions of the, like of the superheroes. Those were actually copies. So you were killing copies while the real ones were off somewhere else doing some bullshit, right? That's the real story of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. You weren't actually killing the Justice League. I don't give a fuck about spoil the story. I don't care. That game sucked. And if you guys getting mad about that, like, oh, Jay just spoiled the game. Fuck you. I don't care. I just saved you. I saved you. The thought process of you thinking, hey, I might want to go play that game. No, you don't now. You don't know. Trust me. You know why? Like they'll never cast a black Tarzan, because they won't ever depict a black man acting like a monkey. That is so stupid though, because it's like, what, bro? That would be the best, bro. Listen, that shit actually makes sense. A black Tarzan makes way more sense than a white Tarzan, because how the hell is your white ass hiding in a forest to where no man can see you? Are you kidding me? You're not going to be blending in. Tarzan is strictly fantasy. It can only work if it's with a person who's black. Period. Tarzan should have been black from the get-go. Oh, you racist, Jay. Shut up. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I just tell it like it is. It is what it is. And if it seemed racist, that means the truth is racist. It is what it is. Real talk, the whole point of the Tarzan movie is a man removed from his natural environment and raised by nature. True. Which you can still do with a black guy. Period. You can still do that with Black Tarzan. Do you feel Collins, the songs can be the same Tarzan? Phil Collins? Yeah. Whistler, what's going on, bro? I can't wait for the live action Incredibles movie. They don't need to make a live action Incredibles movie. They don't. I mean, Mr. Incredible, an Asian man with a black daughter and mixed race son. That's exactly what they would do though. They would. They will have to have them being interracial. They can't be a predominantly white family. It's not gonna happen. They probably might make an excuse saying that, you know, like in order for us to get Miss Fantastic's ass to be, you know, doable, we have to cast a black chick because, you know, she got a big ass. That's probably the only reason why they will do that. But trust me, I know a lot of white mommies that have a fit that's kind of like Miss Fantastic. All right, you know, the stretch woman. Why I call her Miss Fantastic? There's plenty of white girls that can play that role. Y'all funny. Got too much dip on your chip, Jay. Yeah, they better not make that movie. He said truth is not only racist, but also homophobic and transphobic. Absolutely. I love saying the truth because it offends people. It is hilarious to offend people just by telling the truth. It's actually embarrassing too at the same time. No, we don't need it. Said all good. Had a busy day, but now I'm chilling. That's the best thing to do. Relax. You can make the same removed from his natural setting story with a black character, but since most white civilization is removed from nature, that's what make the most contrast. I guess I get it. I guess I do. I just can't see how I can, you know, how a white guy in the woods would last that long. You know what I mean? Hey, you can see his ass very easily. Yeah, Miss Elastigirl. The truth stings, and that's why I'm checking out Charlie Kirk on my campus. Who is Charlie Kirk? I wasn't really a fan of 2. I just love the original Incredibles. Nothing beats that. Facts. The original Incredibles is a masterpiece to me. Like 100%. I love the original Incredibles. I think it's fantastic. Literally anything after that is just not gonna match it whatsoever. True. I figure no one agree with me, but hey, I like what I like. That's exactly what it is. You like what you like, 100%. And listen, be unapologetic about it too. If you like what you like, say this is what I like. Fuck it. Y'all all gotta listen. I'm talking to all y'all right now. All right. Y'all cannot give a shit what other people, what you might think other people might not like that you say. Because the moment that you start thinking about that is the moment that you start being dishonest. Who gives a fuck what people think? Who cares? I like what I like. And I believe what I believe. And I am going to tell you the truth. And if you don't like that, fuck off. It's as simple as that. I never gave listen, I'm talking to all y'all right now. Y'all be happier in life if y'all didn't give a fuck what other people thought. Period. It makes you free. You said screw that noise. Like, I thought The Incredibles 2 was fire. The first one is untouchable, but I actually enjoyed the second one. Nah, facts. I did enjoy the second one. It's just not as good as the first one. It's nowhere near as good as the first one. That's my opinion. It is nowhere near as good as the first one, but it's still good. Yes. Syndrome is hysterical. Yes. Finding Nemo is also a masterpiece. Nobody's going to argue with you on that. Nobody is. Charlie is, in simple terms, goes on campuses to have conversations with the type of people that causing problems in our industry / non-common sense people, but in college. Doing it on college campuses is actually a waste of time. Because let me put it like this. I would never talk to a college student or go to college campuses and try to convince them of anything, because they are at their peak of ignorance. They're at their peak of ignorance. I think talking to them is really just for, like it's just for you. Because you're not going to get anything out of them because they're stupid. They're stupid ass kids. I would never personally go up to a college campus and be like, hey, listen, let me tell you about wokeness in video games and shit. They'll be like, what the fuck? They are at their height of ignorance. They don't want, they're not trying to hear shit. So that's why I would never talk to them. Like if I did do that, that would strictly be for me. And that's it. That wouldn't be to change anybody's minds or anything like that. Hell no. Because I'm not changing nobody's mind. I'm not. Matter of fact, I don't care about changing anybody's minds. We get bolos of Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Nemo, and yes, I want more Incredibles. Such an unadulterated property. Yes, true. They need to make another Incredibles movie, but I don't want to be a live action. It needs to be a fucking, animated movie, period. I don't want no live action version of Incredibles. Facts. All right, peace out, King Dodo. I ain't saying your name because it sounds like I'm calling you a Dodo. He said Charlie Kirk is like a right winger, so based. Yeah, it could. Is he? I don't know anything about these people, man, for real. Like, so that's the reason why I be, I stick to myself in my lane. I don't know who none of these people are. I'm gonna try to do a mixture of realistic shading and not at the same time. I'm gonna try to do I'm gonna do a mixture of both. Let me see what I can do. And let me put it like this, y'all, for real. Like, so I don't care where information is coming from. Like, if it's the truth, then that's just what it is. Like, so I don't care if he's a right winger, left winger. It really doesn't matter to me. Like, if somebody is telling the truth, then that's all I care about. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's some type of organization or, like whatever the fuck, right? Then I really don't care. Like, if he's telling it, being honest about a situation. I don't judge the organization. I judge what the person is saying. I think if you do that, then you'll be you're basically hindering yourself on all the information strictly because you don't like where it's coming from. And that's a terrible way to live life, because you won't be objective when you look at a situation. You would just care about where it's coming from and be like, well, he said it, I don't like it. That means that I can't listen to nobody who's on the left at all, which I know a lot of people who's on the left who are very smart people. There's a lot of people who are on the right that are very smart people. There's a lot of people in the middle that are very smart people. That's why I judge individual people. It's all about individuals at the end of the day. These ideologies is just, groups, religions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I actually pay attention to. I pay attention to people. Honestly, like, you ain't wrong. Like, I didn't mean video games. He's a Republican, just talking with people in theory. Gotcha. Okay. Not to change people's minds, but yeah, overall in the long run, it's a waste of time. It is. I wouldn't even go to college campuses and talk to college kids at all, whatsoever. But hey, like if he do it for his reasons, he's doing it for his reasons. You know what I'm saying? That it's cool. It's fine with me. NeoWare, appreciate it too, bro. He said like we need a live action Nemo and Dory movie. I don't know how they would do that, but hell, like if they did the Lion King, they can do that. Shit, they could do that too as well. And having lifeless fish talking and shit for the first movie, and then people gonna get pissed about, about that as well. And then they'll be like, well, y'all need to, have them show more fucking emotions and shit. And then they make the second movie where they actually show more emotions. I already know how this shit gonna go. Oh, Jay, like, I don't care if people agree with me or not. Yeah, true. Which I can tell. I'm not being honest. Oh yeah, you're about being honest regardless of what others think, like it or not. Absolutely. And that's how you should be. I only found out about these guys from the Hodge Twins. So, oh, okay, cool. Hey, the Hodge Twins are funny as fuck though. That's exactly why I'm going to that stuff too. One, to see if it's legit, and two, respect to have patience to deal with the fools that I have to call my generation since list. Yes, since list ever. You said like since the list is already long enough. You forgot the is, but that. I got it for you. But yeah, that's legit though, for real. Like if you seek information like that, why not go to stuff like that? You never shut yourself off from information if you're trying to learn and gain knowledge. You never learn information from one side. So that is terrible. That's going to make you a cult mind. You always hear both sides of the spectrum, and then you form your opinion to be like, okay, I agree with this better than this. That's how adults do it. I'm not no fucking child though, you know what I'm saying? So like I've been around the block a lot. So my belief system is for me because I don't care about a lot of things. I don't at all. There's not much that I will be like, will hold my sword on, like, or willing to die on a hill for, besides when it comes to my field. And my field is the gaming industry and the art industry, right? So that's where you're mainly going to hear me talk about stuff at. I'm not going to talk about stuff on any other platform when it comes to, politics or stuff like that. Because I don't care. They're gonna be a black woman with an attitude. Facts. What is No Ordinary Family starring Michael? Really? I never even heard of that. Really cool show. They never wear costumes as they're just learning to deal with their newfound powers. As a family of a husband, wife, son, and daughter. That's crazy. Yeah, the Hodge Twins is funny. Hodge Twins interviewed Lily Phillips, and it was so funny seeing their reactions in the comments. It was hilarious. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like them because of that, though. But you know what? What I respect about them, they don't give a fuck. They're going to do what they want to do. And if people don't like it, bye. Fuck them. Because let me tell you one thing too, right? The moment you start to bend the knee to what your audience hive-mindedly tells you not to do, that's when you're a sellout. But that's what made me respect the Hodge Twins more, is that they don't care whether people don't like their decisions or not. They're just going to do it because they're interested in it and they think it's going to be good content. I didn't watch the interview because it wasn't for me, because I don't give a fuck about Lily Phillips. There's nothing that bitch can tell me that would make me enlightened. But hey, they can do whatever they want to do. They're grown-ups. They're grown-ups. This whole internet culture shit, man, where they be like, nah, you don't do that, man. You a sellout. You such and such and such and such, whatever the fuck. You're not aware of the culture. Nobody cares. They are grown men doing what they want to do. And if you have a problem with it, there's the door. You don't have to be there. All right, with the fan art. Peace out, man. Nobody is. Absolutely. We all men of culture over here. Different perspectives are a thing. So I always keep this in front of my mind. Absolutely. And don't be biased. That's the hardest thing to do when you're a human being, man, is to not be biased. I know it's hard. Yeah, I'm gonna go more for the anime style for this. I was gonna go to more realistic-ish type look for this, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't feel like it. I like the anime style. And plus I haven't did that in a while too. Yeah, I don't respect anything about Lily Phillips, so I don't care if her mouth moves. All right. The only thing her mouth needs to move, and I'm going to sound sexist as fuck, is if it's on a dick. All right. I don't care about anything else other than that. And I barely care about that. No, let me double down. I don't care about that at all. So if I don't care about that whatsoever, what makes you think I want to hear her speak? I don't want to hear you talk. You're a whore. There's nothing you can tell me that's going to be like, oh my God, I never thought about it that way. It's not happening. Lily Phillips was very thirsty for the twins. Like they were showing off their younger selves. She was visibly horny. She has a problem. Yeah, she does have a problem. She does. And the twins being experienced as they are, they're not going to they probably like, what the fuck, this bitch, no, it's not happening. I mean, they probably still might hit though. Let me just be honest with you. They probably might. The twins might hit, but that's all she's worth. You're only worth some dick, and that's it. Shit. Same goes for the other chick that slept with 1,000 dudes. I don't know who that is. Oh, he said it underneath. Bonnie Blue. Why is there two of them? Why is there two of them? I thought they were the same people at first. Both of them are blinds, dumb blinds. I guess that dumb blind trope actually is real. She's a stupid hoe. Stupid hoe. And then both of them got pregnant. Yeah, I think. Wait, no. The other one was actually a hoax. I think she did that strictly for the internet. I'm not sure about the other one. I don't keep track of these bitches, right? But the other one, I'm not sure. I think one of them was though, but I do know one of them actually faked it for a publicity stunt. And both from the UK. UK got some weak ass men, period. Keep adding them to the list of why I'll never visit. Hey, you might want to visit if you just want to have some fun, because you can definitely have some fun in the UK. Same land you get arrested for a meme. Also, their new trial system benefits criminals literally. That's crazy, bro. UK is done. UK is done. Yeah, Lily Phillips is literally beyond redemption. That's why you use her just for sex. That's it. 100%. 100%. Listen, you use her if you're lonely one night, and which I hope none of you are. Okay. Wear a condom at least. But don't you dare wait in a line to fuck her. You don't wait. No, she's like stale Cheez-Its that's at the top of your cabinet, right? You know when you hungry at the, you know, like at the 12 o'clock at night, right? You can't go out because all the restaurants are closed. Fast food places are closing down at 12 o'clock now, right? So you're like, damn, what the fuck do I got here, right? You look in the cabinets and shit, nothing. You didn't go shopping, but you see those Cheez-Its that's been sitting there for probably a month and a half that you half ate. And you like, you know what? Fuck it, it's here. And then you just eat it, right? You're not, that's how you should treat Lily Phillips. You should not wait in line for those Cheez-Its. Those Cheez-Its are old, they're stale. You get those as a fucking last ditch effort. That's what that is. If you're waiting in line and you're like the 900th person in line for some stale Cheez-Its, you have a problem. You have a fucking problem. But if you just ran into her on the street, right? And then she offered you some pussy, right? Go for it. Fuck it. Whatever. It's there, right? It's there. And then after that, forget it. Forget about her. Go for it. It's there. You won't see me shame you. But you better not be waiting in line for that shit. At all. Gamers ain't even safe. A dude got arrested for having a tiny Zelda knife. What? UK, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said, thank God I'm Irish, bro. Let me tell you. Yeah, wear 2 condoms, please. You better not do a raw either. You know what I'm saying? Wear condoms. Spray yourself afterwards. I don't know. But like I said, she's the Cheez-Its that's at the top of your cabinet that's been there for 2 months. All right? That's how you're supposed to treat her. She's Cheez-Its, old Cheez-Its. And open too. You open them fucking boxes already. Okay? I'm not saying go pursue her. I'm saying if she just happens to flop right in front of you and be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I want to fuck. I'm like, God damn, what do I got going on right now? Do I got a family event? Do I have to go to work? What I got going on? If you got any other obligation, go to that obligation. But if you don't, why not? You feel me? Like, it's just as simple as that. But if you have to go to the store to go buy some milk, you better prioritize that milk over her. You feel me? I don't think that's a little wild to say. I think I'm a little bit, you know, saying some shit that's accurate for a guy that, you know, that's realistic. Yeah, to sleep with one girl. Yeah, it doesn't matter who the girl is. If you waiting in line, you're crazy. Plus, we don't know who hit it from the back or who got sloppy toppy. Either way, good luck with diseases, including fresh 18-year-olds. Her words, not mine. That's oh my God. Lily says she thinks about dick and sex every 10 minutes. That's an issue. God, that's a problem. That's a problem. I don't think guys even think about pussy like that. We don't even come close to that. Every 10 minutes? Jesus Christ. He said push her off if she flops on you. That's crazy. She probably has a condition. There was an OF304 that fell off an apartment balcony while filming, and now she packed up. What the fuck? Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, she needed to wear a, what do you call those female condoms? No, but they have female condoms too. The male ones is just, you know, you know. But yeah, they got female condoms too. Nah, facts, I do know what I'm talking about. I do, because I know how guys actually think at the end of the day. I'm saying what y'all instincts would tell you if she was to pop up in front of you, right? That's why I'm telling y'all, listen, I know 90% of guys who say they wouldn't hit would still hit, right? That's why I'm trying to give advice to people who have this thought process in their mind, right? But if they were ever presented with that, do it smart and don't do it like a bitch. If you're going to do it, don't degrade yourself. If you got a fucking candy bar run that you're making to where you just left the house to get a candy bar, like that Snickers bar, I'm thinking about that bitch right now, right? You walk into 7-Eleven, she falls out the sky right in front of you, right? And if she asks you, hey, I want to go have sex right now, you better say no and go get the Twix. The Twix is more important than her. Okay? That's basically what I'm saying right now. That Twix bar is way more important. That's why you left the house to begin with. You didn't leave the house because of her. Oh my God. I know how guys are, man. Trust me. I've been around them my entire life and I've been one. I just know the truth. She probably got some semblance of abuse. I don't know. But either way, that type of behavior is ridiculous. That behavior is atrocious. There's no excuse for it. I don't care if you was abused or not. You know it's right or wrong. You do. You 100% know it's right or wrong. Let me put it like this. Did you have to learn about a fire being hot by touching it? Did you have to touch the fire to know that it was hot? No, I don't think you do. Do you have to know that doing immoral shit is immoral? I don't think you need to know that. You don't have to perform immoral deeds to know that immoral, like being immoral is immoral. You don't have to do that. Just like how you don't have to do what Anthony Mackie said, which is kiss a man to understand how it feels to be gay. You don't have to do that because you're not gay. You don't have to kiss another man to prove that you're, like to understand it, the people that surround you. You don't have to do that shit. I'm pretty sure common sense will just hit you and be like, okay, maybe I don't have to understand that. I just have to, just understand. That shit was crazy. All I can say is worse when it's ones with OF that didn't have a bad upbringing. True. They created that situation. I've literally had 5 women with OFs try to hit me up for a link. Are you kidding me? I know none of them and they all live in my city. Tell them to fuck off. That's insane. So say, yeah, so if a girl is hot enough, she offered sex, no strings attached, most men would not turn that down. Exactly. 100%. No, she's telling the truth. That's facts. And guys, I speak the truth. Don't deny. No, she's 100% telling the truth. Because I've seen it. And I know how guys are. Because let me hit y'all with a reality check right quick, all right? Guys, let me just hit y'all with a reality check. Y'all not getting hitted on as much as a girl is getting hitted on. Like, it's not happening whatsoever. Guys don't have the ability, right, to walk down the street and get catcalled 50,000 times a day. It's not going to happen to us. Maybe to the top 1% it will, but for the most part, if you're below 8 or below, when you're a guy, you are not getting hitted on. You're not getting approached. You're not getting girls just coming up to you asking, hey, what are you doing later? You're not going to get that shit. You know who is going to get that? 6s and 7s when it comes to women. 6s and 7s understand that more than a guy who's an 8 or a 9. That's how much it does not happen for us. So as soon as it does happen to a guy who's saying, I don't know about that, I guarantee you, if a girl who is a 10 out of 10 approached you today and she say, hey, I want to do something right now, most guys would say yes. That's why I'm telling y'all right now what to do. And to think not with your dick, because I know how we are. We do think with our dick first, but it takes experience as a guy to think with your mind and put that second part of you away, because that second part will get you in trouble. But she's 100% correct on this. Facts. Guys can talk all they want. Yeah, what the hell was Anthony Mackie talking about? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That was crazy. But if you paid attention to the guys in the room, right? Like they was all looking at him like what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You losing me. They like, bro, you are losing me right now. Booty is more important than water. Absolutely, for some guys it is. It is. Mm-hmm. Ugly fat girls get asked that stuff more than the regular guy. He's not lying either. That's true. Because we are down bad creatures. I don't know what it is about guys, but literally, I'm telling you, guys, bro, man, I'd be so disappointed, man. I'd be like, bro, this is the reason why she thinks she's a 10. It's because you treat her like one. And she's not. And now when the next guy, you know, like who's her same rank, right, approaches her, she's gonna think she can do better. And she can't. That's crazy. Because you decided to make her a princess. And she's not a princess. She's the fucking handmaiden. Okay? She's a handmaiden. And that's fine. That's fine if you're a handmaiden. But don't be convinced that you're a princess. You're not. But guys do that shit. We will make you feel like you're a princess even though you're a fucking 5. Just crazy. Guys are opportunists. Yes, they are. Also, plenty of us think with our cock. Yes. Think with the right head. Once you chase your goals, women will chase you. No lies told there. I told this, listen, I tell this to guys all the time. Don't chase women, chase your dreams. Because guess what women is going to chase? Guys who chase their dreams. Because those are valuable men. Chase your dreams, and then women will follow. If I had $1 for every time a guy hit on me in a week, I would have made enough money to buy a house 3 times over. I believe it. Even if it's I'm telling you, I'm not interested. It pretty much never works. That's my point. Facts. It doesn't. And you know what, Sue? Let me put it like this. Like, so I'm one of the now I'm starting to realize it, right? Because like, so listen, the more that I don't want attention, the more I get it. All right. This been happening to me ever since I was younger in school. For some odd reason, I think that there's like a 1% of men. Like, I kind of had to humble myself a little bit too, because like me growing up back in school, like, so I didn't realize how not natural like it was for guys not to be approached, right? Because like, see, when I was younger, there was always females approaching me for whatever reason. Like, I don't even know what the reason was, but I just thought it was normal, right? I thought it was normal. I thought that this was how it was supposed to go. That's until I got a little bit older, and then I started to pay attention to the world. Then I started to have guys approach me and come up to me and ask me questions and stuff, wondering who the girl was that I was with when I wasn't even thinking about her that way, right? But then, like, so I started to open my eyes a little bit. I'm like, hold up a second, like, is it? Oh, now my eyes were open. Then, like, so I had to be like, So this is what they actually go through on a daily basis. My ass never understood, like, until I got older, like in high school. And then guess what I started doing? I started putting other dudes on game. I started putting, you know, bringing them in my circle, having them talk to, you know, just treating women like women. Women are actually, listen, the one thing, the biggest mistake that guys make when it comes to talking to women, like, is that they don't treat them like they're human beings. They don't treat women like they're actual humans. They talk to them like they're a different species. They're not. They are people. They're people with likes, dislikes, fuck ups, hiccups. They fart. They smell. Some of them forget to shower. Some of them have houses that look like shit. Some of them don't have no money. Some of them are just fucking annoying. They have stupid ass laughs. They laugh off of stupid shit. Some of them are geeky. Some of them are lames. Some of them have no charisma. I knew this at a very young age. That's why I never looked at women as like they were special. I treated them like they were people. And that's the reason why I never had a problem with it. So that's why I told guys from a very young age, I used to tell them, stop looking at her like she's a fucking alien from Mars. She's not from Mars. She is a person. Just go up there and say hello. Don't have no thought process about it. Just walk up to her and say hello. Say, you know, what's going on? Have a little charisma flame to it. Be like, how you doing? What's going on? What is that? Easy conversation starter. Easy. But guys make it more complicated than it actually is. Females are extremely easy to talk to. Matter of fact, to tell you the truth, for me, females are more easy to talk to than males. That's from my perspective. Like, I always had like a lot of female friends and shit like that too. When it comes to just like, you know, like just like hanging out with females and shit like that, like they were easier for me to talk to than males, because males always had this competition thing going on when it comes to you know, trying to compete with you. There are some lame dudes, bro, who would literally get mad at me because I was hanging out with the chick that they wanted, but strictly because I just knew how to talk to them. Like, and I didn't even want them. That's the point. We were just hanging out. We were just cool. Then, of course, I had the ones that I did like, you know, that I liked further. But overall, females to me were very easy to get along with. The men is another issue because they always trying to, you know, compete with you. They always want to be like, yo, bro, you know, like, and then they talk shit too, because listen, how many guys in the chat has been around a guy who you were cool with, right? But then they get around a girl and they start talking shit or acting funny. How many guys have y'all had that? I'm pretty sure all of y'all did. Y'all all know that one guy that started talking shit because he's around a girl that he potentially likes. Right? And then he start talking shit, he start acting brand new to try to impress that girl. Listen, I dealt with that my entire life. That's why I stopped fucking with guys. I'm like, I'm not talking to y'all because, listen, I'll be fighting every single time because I don't like that fake shit. That's why I vibe with the women more. That was just me. Yeah, that's that assertive dominance type shit. It's like, what are you trying to do, bro? I'm like, bro, you a lame for that, man. I'm like, you think she can't see through that? You talking cash shit even though that's not you. Strictly because you're trying to get her to be like, oh my God, I noticed him. You are lame. I had no difficulty talking to a girl I wasn't attracted, but when it's one you like, it's just awkward. Hey, you listen, you want to tell me? Listen, let me tell you what I do, because yeah, that's very real. That's real. We got people in here that's afraid to talk in front of people on the stage. How many people have a nervousness habit when it comes over them when they have to make a speech in front of a classroom? I'm pretty sure like most people do not like public speaking, right? There's very few people that like public speaking. How I do it, right? Good thing that I was never embarrassed, but I know how I can do it though, right? What I do is I always minimize the situation when it comes to, listen, you know what runs through my head every single time when I go to do something that's a big deal, like, or a big step for me? Like, I always remind myself, Bro, calm down. Like, it's not the big of a deal. It's not the big of a deal. They're probably this. They're probably this. They're probably that. They're probably this. I do that to me all the time. Because once you do it, guess what's the case 90% of the time? It's never that bad. It's never that bad. You make it worse. You are your own worst enemy when it comes to your mind state before you do something. And it happens every single time. I'm pretty sure you guys been in a situation where you were scared to death of, then when you did it, what's the first thing you say when you completed it or do it? You're like, it's not that big of a deal. That wasn't so bad. Every single time. Because that's how it is. Life isn't that hard. Most people still do that though. Facts. You mind just trying to protect yourself? Yeah. Some women can't see through it. Ironically, that's true. That's true. Some of them can't. You're right. You're right. You lucky, Kevin. You lucky, for real. You lucky. You got some real ones around you. I'm nervous when I have to perform on stage. You would be. Why wouldn't you though? Because guess what? That's a big deal. But guess what? As soon as you finish, what happens to you? That whole feeling of nervousness and shit, it just completely goes away. It goes away. That happens every time I get on a fucking roller coaster. Every time I get on a roller coaster, right? I'm super scared of heights. I am really, no, listen, I am traumatized of heights, right? But every time I get on a roller coaster or I force myself to get on one, right? I am scared shitless waiting in that line, hearing that click, 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 going up to the top. I get basically like a panic attack that comes over me. But as soon as I get on it and I'm sitting there and I go through the ride and I get off, the first thing I tell myself is, why the fuck was I that scared? I'm good. I'm fine. Let me do it again. So I get back on the ride and I'm less scared that time. You said I've been sick. Hold up a second. I see it. Don't get me started on that. Like, please don't open with a pickup line. Like, we really hate that. Yeah, no pickup lines. Just talk to them like a normal person. That's a great way to get ignored. Just say hello, like it be a person. We don't care about your alpha BS. That's true. They don't. Just talk to them like normal people. You don't have to be like, hey, listen, you fell from the sky and shit. You know, some bullshit line, whatever the fuck, right? I don't even know how to spit game. I don't know how to do it because it's unnecessary. You don't need to have a book of pickup lines to get women. You don't. Just talk to them. just fucking talk to them. That's all you have to do. Don't come off weird. You know, check to see if the door is open. Remember when I told you about the door, you know, the door situation, right? Sue can back me up on this, Sue, because she's a woman, you know, right? What females do to let you know that they're interested is they open up a subliminal door for you. You will know what that door is if you have the skill set to look for it. It's very simple. Female's going to open up that door and all you have to do is walk through it. But the ones who got the door closed, don't try to kick it open. It's not going to go well for you. She's going to call the cops. Okay? You don't kick, listen, you don't enter a home that you're not invited in, right? Because they're going to get, you know, they're going to get a little nervous and they're going to call the cops. But a person who says, hey, you want to come over and eat, or just crack the door open a little bit, right? They got open house, right? You get to go in. It's as simple as that. It's not hard. Fuck roller coasters. I'm scared of roller coasters. Oh my God. But I almost was in a band, so performance and stuff in front of people was somewhat easier to do. Yeah, you actually got experience doing it. That's cool. That's cool. He said, yes, I remember in school I had a project to do in front of class. I was nervous until I saw someone sucking their thumb Then I was like, okay, dude, yeah, you were good after that. See, that's all you have to do sometimes is just just see somebody doing worse than you. Like, I understand that sucks. It's kind of mean, but it is what it is. Do what you have to do to get through what you need to get through. See the audience how you need to see them in order to get through it. If you have to see, listen, like you have to go on stage and picture everybody in a fucking clown suit just to make it seem like you're the only normal one, your confidence is going to come. You're going to be like, man, I'm talking to a bunch of clowns right now. I'm cool. I'm good. No stress. And then you just start talking and shit. Listen, I get it. That is a very superiority, like a superior complex, but you do what you have to do. You do whatever the fuck you have to do to get over that hard situation for yourself. You said that you don't want to be yourself. Major points if you guys know where that's from. No, I don't know where that's from. That's I don't. Pickup lines are so cringe. We are not objects. It's creepy. It gives me your you're gonna hurt me vibes. That's funny as bro. Like, I always hate it when guys start to do, like literally take that shit from TV shows and try to implement it in real life. You know what I mean? Like that shit in TV shows, sitcoms, to where they're actually doing sitcoms and shit. Like to where they actually start with a pickup line. It doesn't work. Like, it's not realistic. Quite frankly, it's actually corny. It is. There's not one time in life where I had to use a pickup line to get anybody. Not once. Because it's not realistic. You don't have to do that. All you got to do is make a human connection with somebody. That's all you have to do. That is literally the only thing you have to do. Just have a human connection with another human. Make them laugh. Let me put it like this. If you make a girl laugh, it's over. If you do. Like, if you know how to make them laugh consistently, and if you know how to back off, that's the major point. If you know how to back off. If you know how to back off, that's, boy, you basically in. Make them laugh, have good conversation, make them feel comfortable, and then back the fuck off. That's all you have to do. You don't have to stay in the orbit too. A lot of dudes make that mistake too, where they are funny and then they have a human connection, but they overstay their welcome. You have to learn how to walk away too. Because then you just seem like you're desperate. You don't want to seem desperate and creepy. Especially if you don't care about other people's opinions. Yeah, that's some Disney Channel shit. That pickup line, listen, this pickup line has actually been used before. Is you from Tennessee? Cause you're the only thing I see. That shit literally, listen, I'm telling you, I know when people do this shit for real. He's not lying when he's saying that shit. That's a real pickup line that people actually use. Like, seriously. I'm like, what? That's funny. That was from Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds. Just Friends. That was that movie with who? Who else was Ryan Reynolds in the movie with? I think it was one of those romance movies, right? I think. You said it's rare to find a woman who likes pickup lines, but that's not a woman I take seriously anyway. Yeah, cause that's just stupid for me. Like, for me, human connection is all you need. That's literally all you need. Like, if she feels comfortable around you, right? Within you having a conversation, if she just thinks you're just a normal guy, just having a conversation with no intentions, right? She's going to be interested immediately. That's what it is. I am very good at talking to people with not having no type of, thought process about it whatsoever. You don't even know what my intentions are. You just know you're comfortable talking to me. That's all it is. And quite frankly, most of the times I don't have an intention. I just talk to you. I'm like, I'm interested in that. Hey, where do you come from? Hey, what's this? X, Y, and Z shit like this, right? I fill it out. I'm very good at filling it out. Maybe it's because I'm a therapist too. So I just know how to talk to people. He said facts. Like, I always know how to make a gal laugh, but it's never intentional. That's good when it's not intentional because you're not trying too hard. Trying too hard is another thing that females can pick out from a mile away too. You want it to be natural. Truly said it just right there. Thank you. Who is Andy Ferris? Amy Smart, like that one dude from Up Up and Away. He was best friend in Up Up and Away. I don't know who that is. Maybe I would know. Anna Ferris and Amy Smart. I don't think I know what you're talking about though. It sounds familiar though. It really do. That's why, despite me being a woman, I'm very open about my likes and women because I am just like you guys here. Facts. Like, I'm a human like you all, so I am okay with sharing with you all about it. And that's the best way to do it, because guess what? You're supposed to pass on information to people. You're not supposed to keep it to yourself. Period. What I want people to do, like, is be the best version that they can possibly be. Period. Why the hell would I hold this? Shit ain't gonna do me any good. Your uncle used a pickup line when you went to the YMCA and I just walked away. That's funny as hell. Hey, that's just because of my age, bro. Like, I've been around the block. Had a lot of stupid ass experiences. Very stupid. Dumbass decisions too. And that's the reason why I know what I know now. You know, right now. It's trial and error. Trial and error, and plus two, just how I naturally am as a person. But I also want to make sure the younger generation don't make the same mistakes I make. And plus I want to make sure that they understand stuff before they get into situations that I got into. That's the whole point about being older, man. You're supposed to pass down shit to people who's younger. If you don't, you're fucking selfish. That's why I love the system in Dark Souls and Elden Ring when it comes to those notes that they leave on the ground, right? For the people who come after you, you drop game to them. Be like, hey, listen, there's somebody around the corner. He could possibly push you off the map. I'm gonna drop the note for you so you can see it. That's how you're supposed to. That's what life is about. Gaining knowledge so the next generation don't have to gain that knowledge. It's as simple as that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't get far on this at all. I didn't. We was having conversations, man, but I didn't get far on this shit whatsoever. But I already know how this shit gonna look, man. Like, this shit gonna look this probably gonna be my best sticker. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you. This is 100% probably gonna be my best sticker. Cause I'm just feeling it. Like this. Yeah. You know, like when you just know you ate. Oh my god, you say Anna Faris was in Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, yeah, I know who Anna Faris is now. I don't keep information to myself, but I won't spoon feed it to people like they're babies. Absolutely. I expect people to follow up on the information I give them. And you know what, Greenskin? What does that sound like? I could teach a person to fish, but I can't. Come on. I can teach you how to do it. I will teach you how to do it, but I'm not going to do it for you. That's exactly what it is. I can show you where the river is, but I'm not going to make you drink it. You got to do that yourself. Jada Village Elder. I ain't that old. Knowledge is meant to be shared, but unfortunately we live in a time where people don't want to share any of it. Yeah, that's true. Don't want any of it. Yeah, that shit is crazy. Jada Morpheus, y'all funny, bro. Yo, listen, we didn't do much today, but you know what? Fuck it. It's we did have a conversation. I guess these streams, these art streams is mainly just for conversations though. That's mainly what we be having though. Facts, because it is about to be 12 o'clock in like 3 minutes. And there's really nothing more I can do in 3 minutes with this picture. I'm just going to keep it a buck. There's really there's not much I can do. Nobody got far in their drawings. That's funny. Good luck at work, buddy. Appreciate it for coming by, man. Holy shit. Your story sounds just like this girl I knew who went through at the hospital. She was a Jane Doe. She had to go to the hospital underneath a false name because the guy broke her ribs in like 3 different places, broke her toe, her collarbone, her eye was black, everything like that, right? Like, and I was just like, look, listen, we ended up becoming cool over time because, like, see, she was in the hospital for a very long time. Like, we just talked every single day and shit like that. But I started to get pissed when she told me the real reason why she was there. I was like, what the what? That sounds literally just, wow, that's crazy. So I'm sorry to hear that, for real. Wow. But you know what though? Like, Sue can attest to this. This happens a lot more times than y'all know. This happens this happens way more than you know. This situation is common. I hate to say it though, like, it's unfortunate, but it is. Yeah, like, it's pretty common. So I'm sorry to hear that, for real. That's crazy. Hey, truly, that's all you're gonna get here, man. We all honest over here. We don't do that here. We a community that just actually likes to talk about situations. Y'all not just chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of YouTubers who just talk to chat and just consider y'all just one entity. No, y'all are individuals with y'all actual, with your own stories. So we talk. We've been doing this for a long time, buddy. For like, and it's gonna stay like this probably for for the foreseeable future, for as long as YouTube will have me. Let me put it like that. Thanks for opening up about that, Sue, for real. Because you didn't have to do that. But that was but thank you. That means you actually trust, the people that you're talking to right now. That's actually cool. Dudes like that, bro, like, I'm telling you, they exist a dime a dozen, for real. Like, there's actually a situation that's going on right now, like, that I know behind the scenes with people that I love, similar to this situation right here. But I'm not going to do that because the person that's dealing with it doesn't even know that I know. Let me put it like that. So this is happening a lot. Like, and I can't stand. Let me tell, bro, these people, those type of dudes who do that type of shit, that's on site for me. That's literally on site. I can't stand weak dudes. That's weak. Facts. That's fucking weak. That's like on site. But I got a story. Let me see if she, she when she figure out, she probably gonna know because I said it during the stream, but who knows? Like, there's a lot of people I know, right? So it's ambiguous, but still, there was a lot of people, man, who, who's going through this type of stuff. Now, I got a couple stories of people who's close to me, who's going through stuff right now, but they will never tell you. They will never tell you because either they're embarrassed about it or they just don't feel like talking about it or anything like that, right? But yeah, it's going on all the time. Now, we got stories for days. That's why I tap in when I do for these streams. That's right. 100%. You said, well, him like beating me was not the worst thing he did. He did other things to me that was far worse. Nah, to tell you the truth, like it ends like that, but it starts off with manipulation. Manipulation is the first thing that happens. And then it comes to the to testing the waters. And then once they feel like they have you emotionally, that's when they start beating you. But they don't realize that's the point of no return. They only beat you when they feel like they losing control. That's when it comes down to that. I just hate that it has to get to that point because like that happens literally, like it's like the same song and dance over and over. They do the same thing. They're the same archetype of people. As soon as you know that hitting and abuse is coming, that's like the last ditch effort. But it never works. So I don't know why the fuck they do it. Well, I got like molested by a woman like when I was 15. She was 32. Never did anything about it though. Now you know what I'm gonna ask because I'm a guy, all right? Okay? You know I'm honest about it. Okay? How does she look? Plus, how did you feel about how she looked? Now, this is the one thing too that a lot of guys make a mistake with, right? When it comes to understanding when guys go through who are younger, who get molested by like a woman who's semi-attractive, who's older, right? Men let women being pedos slide all the time. Strictly because if you're 15 years old, right? How many guys in the chat right now who is 15 years old had a crush on their teacher? Guys always have this fantasy. It does not make it right though. It doesn't. Now, since I'm older now, right? Like, see, that fantasy was in me when I was 15. When I was 15, 16, I had this badass teacher where I was like, oh yeah, I want some of that, right? In the right scenario, absolutely. But guess where it should have stayed? It should have stayed a fantasy. Because if that was a guy teacher who came on to a female teacher who was younger, all hell would break loose and that person would be under the jail. So we can't have these double standards when it comes to that thought process, when it comes to, female teachers, sexually assaulting a kid strictly because she's bad or she's fine, right? We can't do that because like, if that's okay, that means the other one's okay. Period. You can't do that. We're going to think how we're going to think when we're kids, when we're teenagers. We're going to be like, oh yeah, I would have been, yes, that's my fantasy. Yes, that's what it's called, a fantasy. It should stay a fantasy. That's a one-sided fantasy. That should be a fantasy for the kid. That shouldn't be a fantasy for the adult in that situation. So yeah, it doesn't matter if she's fine or hell, like or not. It doesn't matter. But I asked that for a reason. We got to get them. Can't dip that low. Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like we know it's not that simple of getting out of it. That's true. Now it's absolutely, I know what you mean. Yeah. She was hot, double D's. I felt guilty a bit afterwards though. You would, because you're not supposed to do that. But to tell you the truth, that horny teenager inside of you still told you that you got to win, right? Your fantasy is, listen, let me put it like this, y'all. Your fantasy when you are a kid is literally a sexual fantasy because you're at the height of your sexual drive. Your sex drive is extremely high when you're 15 to 16 years old, right? And you're going to fantasize about shit like that. So yeah, that's when you're supposed to be like, that teacher looks fine as hell. I'm having a fantasy that, yeah, I want to be in that situation. That's your persona. That's your thought process. That shouldn't be hers. That's my point. She should be the one that's telling you you shouldn't be thinking that way, even though you're still going to think that way. And she, like, and let alone indulge in it. It's still being a pedophile. I just keep it a buck. Because if it was a guy who fucked a girl who was younger, that's looked at as disgusting, right? Come on now. My teachers were ugly as hell. Hey, you didn't get blessed. You wasn't blessed. I had a couple teachers that was, you know, on the, no, let me not use that language. I was about to say on the spectrum. That's a different form. They were actually attractive. Let me put it like that. Our school had some Lizzos. Bro, y'all all had ugly ass teachers. I was blessed with hot teachers, man. Why is it always we in our teens thinking they the shit and can go for whatever? That's why I said COVID was a blessing in disguise for me for multiple reasons. Facts. Yeah, female teachers fucking boys. Yeah, that shit is pedophile shit, man, for real. I had one teacher that was actually attractive when I was 15. 15? There was 3 of them that I can remember. 3 of them. One was a gym teacher. One was a gym teacher, baby. Nah, facts. That's why I was so skittish. Oh, that's why you're so skittish about like around men at first on the Discord to you guys told me not all men are scary. Nah, for real, like, so that's only 1% of guys. Let me put it like that. But I do understand how the stigma gets put out there because guys got the same stigma about women. Guys will come up with a stigma depending on how women treat them, that every woman is the same. I don't have that stigma because I don't deal with women who are the ones I don't like. There's a problem with people who, you know, you have to go outside your box to find people who are not like the ones you deal with. There are plenty of people who are not like what you experienced when you first grew up. That's only 1%. But that's why dealing with other people will tell you that. And I'm glad you found the Discord because, yeah, those are how normal people actually act. Puberty is one hell of a drug, literally. It releases, you know, chemicals that are drug related within your bloodstream. And that's why you feel the way you do. I was sexually assaulted by my gay friend in high school. I would have beat his ass. But I didn't say anything because my school was woke. Oh, you grew up during the time of Gen Z? And they would have took his side. I would have beat his fucking ass, for real. Like, facts. Because literally, man, like in high school, this is the first time I went to art school, right? Like, I'm from the hood. So me coming from you know, like a public school, right? And then going to an art school, when I realized that I had an art talent or art gift or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I started going to those schools, and guess what I started meeting? I started meeting a lot of weirdo people, right? Dudes walking around with purses, people walking around with Naruto headbands and shit on and stuff, right? This is foreign to me. I'm not used to that. I'm used to rags on the back. If you guys know what I'm talking about, we had gangs in my school. This is the type of shit I was used to. And then I go to this art school, right? Full of people who like to dress up and have purses, cross-dress. I saw my first transgender at that school, right? And then there was this gay dude, because you know how black dudes are when they're gay. They are overly flamboyant, right? Black dudes who are gay, they are over the top when it comes to how gay they act. This dude had a purse, pink purse and shit, right? All of a sudden, I'm hearing that he's talking about me behind the scenes, right? Now, you know me from the hood. Like, listen, like, you know, any black dude from the hood, like, you getting any guy who's talking about you in a romantic way behind the scenes, it's gonna make you fucking pissed, period. Because that's not where you come from. You don't come from that shit. So I'm hearing this guy talking mess and shit like that, right? Like talking about how I'm cute and shit like that. I'm like, motherfucker said I'm cute? Bro. That was it. Then just all of a sudden too, right? We sitting in the classroom. I'm sitting in front of him and he's sitting behind me. He chose to sit behind me, right? Then I'm doing my thing. This girl that I'm cool with in my, you know, like in my classroom too, was peeping him out and looking at him and stuff like that, right? She tapped me twice. She was like, yo, look, he said right behind you. I'm like, who's sitting behind me? That one guy who said you were cute. I'm like, what? Then I turned around. He was doing his work and shit, so I wasn't worried about it. So I started doing my work. All of a sudden, I start feeling a foot touching the back of my seat. I didn't give a fuck where I was. I got up immediately, turned around. I'm like, don't you ever fucking put your foot on my, don't you touch me, period. You're tripping. You are, listen, my ass hate when women touch me for no reason, right? Like if women just come up to me and just start touching me, hugging me and shit like that, and I don't fucking know you, what I'll do is I'll tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know me. But especially if a guy does it, you gonna get these hands very quickly. Very fucking quickly. You better stop. There is no fucking way. No, I don't play that shit, period. You're not gonna touch me at all. I hate being touched, man. Let me just put it like that. Listen, women, men, it don't fucking matter. I don't like being touched. You know, like when people be like, you know, like touchy feely and shit. Like, no, don't do that with me. Don't do that. I like personal space. I do. Especially if you're a guy and you're overly flamboyantly gay and you know I'm not, and you're still talking about I'm cute and how you would do this, you would do that and shit, and you sit behind me and try to touch my chair, I'm gonna get up and beat your ass, for real. That's what I almost did in the classroom. It took probably like 2 or 3 people to stop me because they knew exactly what I was gonna do. But yeah, that's what happens with those overly flamboyant gay black dudes. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're too much. That's why like the only ones I was cool with in the school were the gay white dudes. The gay white dudes were cool. They was just, you know, just calm. Most of them I didn't even know was gay. They were just calm, chill, didn't come on to me. They didn't do any shit like that. They was just themselves. But the gay black dudes, they gotta let you know. They gotta do dances in the hallways. They gotta twerk. They gotta do weird shit. It's like, bro, I get it. You suck dick, fine. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be a part of that though. That's not me. I don't care. They be doing the most. I'm like, chill out. Them gay white dudes didn't do none of that shit. They were calm about it. They were just chill. So yeah, fuck that shit. That was my experience. That was my experience, man. Yeah, super queer when you're not faking disorders and all that. Yeah, facts. My high school was number 3 in the country at the time. A lot of students were LGBTQ, and a lot of them were LGBTQ for fad reasons. They wasn't Q because they were actually that. They were that because that was the in thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of gay people can attest to this shit too. There's a lot of people who grift on the gay train because they understand the perks and benefits they get for being in those groups. And a lot of outsiders would choose to be a part of those groups because they feel like they have somebody to be accepted by. That's all it is. Most of those people who are a part of that shit, they're not gay. They're just trying to fit in with the, you know, with the in thing during the moment. And for woke schools and those type of situations, it's LGBTQ. That's where all this they them shit came from. Worst part, as I discovered, was we know now as being trans was when I was 13. My brother's friend wearing girl clothes still remember exactly what was worn. That's crazy. The boy was 9 years old, now 16. That's crazy. So how he? Okay, so how is he at 16 now? Bro, the white gay dudes is always cool. They always cool. They never too overbearing. They never, you know, like be up in your face about it. They don't do anything like that. They just be fucking normal ass people. But but listen, black gay dudes, they just take it too far. Like they're putting on an act. You know what I mean? Like that's like, bro, are you wearing a costume right now? They crank up the femininity to 12 because they gotta over exaggerate everything. And it's like, no, I can't be around you like that, bro. Because You're basically coming on to me when you know I'm not gay. You're crossing the fucking line. You're gonna get these hands real quick. Do I see it like most people I'm cool with? I never really know if anyone is LGBTQ unless they tell me or I figure out myself. But basically, like, if they cool with me, I'm cool with them. That's how it should be. They're normal people. Listen, being a person, you shouldn't even care about what they do behind the scenes. I don't care about what you do. So why are you telling me? Why are you telling me who you're fucking? I don't listen. Come on now. Like, we just so happen to talk about it casually during the conversation and it comes up. Then I'll be like, okay. But then I'll move the fuck on. But if you just bringing it up to me being like, hey, listen, you should come to this march with me. And if you don't, then you're anti-gay. And it's like this. No, hold up, pump your brakes. I don't have to go to nothing with you. I don't have to champion this shit for you. That's your fight. That's not my fight. We can still be cool, but I'm not going to go to your marches. Fuck your marches. I don't care about your marches. That's not me. No. You can't force me to do what I'm not going to do, what I don't believe in. That's not what I would do to you. I'm not going to tell you, hey, come to church with me. I'm not going to do that shit. That's crazy. But they want to force their ideologies on you. And if you don't, then you're a bad person. That's what I got a problem with. You know how weird it is, bro, to see a straight guy go to a pride parade strictly because they want to be an ally? That is the weirdest thing ever. Why would you go to something that you're not that? It's not for you. It's for gay people. There's more straight people going to pride parades than there are gay people. That should just let you know. That's funny as hell. Said facts. There was always one gay black dude I knew in a community college, and he was cool as fuck. But I didn't know that he was gay until he said something. In fact, he was one that got me into. That's crazy. Listening to Kendrick. Yeah, and force you to have them wave flags. Man, I'm not waving shit. That's not my belief system. No, I'm sorry. You as an individual, I can respect. There's a lot of ideologies I don't agree with. Me being a Christian, number one, right? My ass ain't Muslim. My ass ain't fucking what's name Hindu. I'm not Buddha. I am Christian. But guess what? I can still fuck with people who are not Christian. Because I care about the individual at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. We got different belief systems, bro. Like, we live on planet Earth. So we're going to run into people we don't agree with on a daily basis. And if you can't handle that, then you need to stay at home and close the doors. Not everybody's going to be walking down the street with you preaching the message that you want to preach because your belief system is your belief system. Sorry, it's not happening. And you can't hate that person for not wanting to do that. It just is what it is. That's what pisses me off about Western women. Saying they don't need a man, but then ask a man for help with it. Oh my God, that is delusion 101. Facts. You can't change biology. We are weaker than men no matter how they spin it. I'm glad you see it, because to tell you the truth, women do see it. They just can't say it out loud. They can't say it out loud because it goes against their ideology. Women all know, listen, all women know this shit. Because the first person they're calling for help is a man, 100%. When they're in a bind, in a situation where they need physicality, they're not going to call their girlfriends. They're going to call a man, 100%. There's nothing sexist about that. That's called biology. My bro went to a pride parade to support our homie, ripped the homie. Like I said, he felt so out of place there. Like he never went there. Yeah, he shouldn't have went there the first time. That's not for you. That's not for you. Facts. I don't know. I don't know about them being lit, but I do know gay people know how to party though. They use a lot of, some of them do. That's great. Wow. Now, Michael, that shit is diabolical. That shit should not be going on at all. That's disrespectful, actually. The fact that they had a baby crawling right next to it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's diabolical. That shouldn't have been there. Pansexual. And he said he never wants to go to another parade again because he have naked dudes trying to hug. That's crazy. Personally, I don't care if you're my ally or not. Thank you. You're not supposed to. Like, I'm not about that. Just don't be an asshole to me about being a lesbian and we're cool. That's all it is. Just treat people how, just be a normal fucking person. That's all it is. I don't, listen, let me put it like this. You know how many black people was talking shit about me because, what's the name? Like, y'all remember that one comment that I got on that one video I made about Assassin's Creed, right? About like how the black dude in my comment section were basically saying, well, those people are not your allies and shit like that. You know, like the Asian people, right? Then what I told him was, you think I give a shit if Asian people are my allies? Whether they are or not, I don't care. I don't do shit because somebody's my ally. I don't, listen, like if I did something because somebody was my ally, I'll be talking about a whole different message entirely. I don't bend, I don't fold, I don't break, I don't bend. I don't. I say what I believe in, and that's about it. I don't care if somebody has my back or not. If you do something because somebody has your back, then it's not genuine. It's not what you actually believe. You're only doing it because you got backup. So I like that. Stand on your two, ask for respect, draw your lines. And if you got your lines, if people cross it, let people know, hey, listen, that's disrespectful to me. I got a line. Everybody has a line. And if you say you don't, then you're lying. That's the one thing about this internet shit too, especially, listen, let me just be a little honest. People on our side of the spectrum do this shit a lot when it comes to, you know, taking things personal. They act like certain, listen, there's a difference between being disrespectful, crossing a line, plus being sensitive. There's a difference between those three situations. There's a difference. You can be sensitive, right? You can be overly sensitive to where nobody can tell you the truth or anything like that, right? That's fine. That's when you have to work on yourself. But if you're being disrespectful, like you just coming out of nowhere saying something aggressive for no reason, but you expect that person to be calm about it, and then you basically like, bro, you're taking that too seriously. You're too sensitive. It's like, no, I have a line that I don't want you to cross and you're being disrespectful. That's where I'm going to draw that fucking line. Any grown up, grown man, woman, whatever you are, you have a fucking line. If somebody cross it, then you should be enforcing that. 100%. We all got lines. You ain't gonna talk about my mother. You're not gonna talk shit to me to where I know it's malicious. You're not gonna be disrespectful to the people I care about. You're not gonna do that shit. It's not gonna happen. Those are my lines. And if you cross those, then there's gonna be repercussions. Everybody has those lines. And if somebody tells you they don't because, oh, they're not sensitive. Oh no, that just lets me know you're a bitch. That just lets me know that you're too easygoing. Being too easygoing is actually a bad thing too. You can be easygoing, you can joke around, have fun and shit like that. But if you let people outwardly disrespect you to where you know it's being disrespectful, but you just don't do it because for some other reason, because like the culture that you have right now, because you're trying not to be sensitive, you're actually a bitch. That means you don't have the willpower to enforce your boundaries. No, I enforce my boundaries and I implore y'all to do the same thing. Do not take disrespect, outwardly disrespect from people, especially on our side, because you know they do that shit on our side though, 100%. I had one guy try to do that to me. Where like he was like, bro, like you being sensitive right now. I'm like, what do you mean I'm being sensitive? You disrespected me. You said some shit that was off the rails. And once you expect me to just laugh it off, be like, haha, that was funny. Fuck no. No, you disrespected me. I'm grown enough to know when somebody's trying to disrespect me. Everybody got their instinct. But he gonna call me sensitive because he expect me to be like the person who just let shit go. I don't let shit go. I don't. I draw the line. And everybody else should do the same thing. That's just called being a human and an adult and a grown up with respect for yourself. You gotta have respect for yourself at the end of the day. But that's all I got. I'm through ranting right now. I didn't do shit on this picture. It's about to be 12:30. I appreciate you guys for coming by, man. Thursday, we're probably going to be streaming Kazan, the First Berserker. We're probably going to be streaming that. Or we might do something else. Who knows? I don't know. But I know 100% of video is going to come out either today or tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm going to have a video today or tomorrow on YouTube. And, you know, at least there's YouTube content. And this picture is going to be done probably by the end of this week. So appreciate you guys for coming by, man. I'm about to hop off and enjoy the rest of my night. You guys do the same. Peace.
You stupid motherfucker.
Stupid bitch.